gotta get on this. I'm just giving you basically a shot at me. I got you right on my mind. I need that massage. I need that shit. You know I need all of mine. Yeah, tell me hold it down. Shorty, I'ma put it down. Tell me hold it down. Honey, I'ma put it down.
Alright, cut it in. They can't get too much. They can't get too much now, man. Come on,
Y'all
relax.
Y'all gotta tune
relax,
in.
man. Relax. That's classified info, man. How y'all doing though?
I'm doing great, man.
That got me a little fired up the pod. Can't lie.
Good. Dude, that song's gonna
The
be
Bombay got you fired up the pod, huh?
Definitely got me a little warm. I don't even know why I'm wearing 3 layers, but I'm a little warm.
Sometimes it's chilly, bro. It's kind of chilly in here
sometimes.
sometimes.
I thought the garage door was gonna be open for a second.
It was open last time.
Yeah.
Sir.
So we just got no continuity around here, huh?
No continuity.
Yeah, no continuity.
I like the word choice. I like the word
like
choice.
that?
I didn't even know what that meant at first.
Big vocab, man. How you doing, D?
I'm just chilling. You know how you doing,
Travis?
Travis?
Just chilling. I like the energy. Okay.
Always bring the good vibes. You feel me?
Exactly. All right, man. Well, welcome, man. Appreciate everyone who's tapping into the episode number 2. We made it to number 2.
Number
y'all.
two?
Dose.
Episode
We
number
shitting on y'all. I'm just kidding.
That's the vibes. But yeah, man. Welcome to the really good podcast, man. We here, we live. Let's what? Camera 1 good, camera 2 good, camera 3 good.
I have no clue.
So we good.
We good.
So we good.
We really good.
Don't interrupt me. I'm trying to get my shit going. You over here. I don't know if the cams is good. Yeah.
For sure.
Anyways, man, appreciate y'all for joining us. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's able to tap in. Appreciate everyone who tapped into our first podcast episode, man. And how did y'all feel about the first episode? Why are we talking about it? Yeah, how did y'all feel? What was the reaction like? Y'all got some? What did people tell you? You hear anything back from people or?
I like that. I liked how it looked very professional in a sense because, like, we had all the camera angles. It's also like we just had synergy. We were able to just talk. It just flowed very well. We covered some cool topics.
Yes, Dale, did you hear any feedback from your followers, man? Anyone fucking with it?
Yeah, they said it looked really nice, you know.
Oh, you
I fuck with it too.
You was on the Zoom. Oh, see, they're gonna really go up now.
I was on the Zoom. I had to get a little side, pinch hitting, the Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
But now I'm here in person.
That's right. It's your first official episode being on set.
So it's the real first episode.
So don't be nervous, man.
Yeah.
I know
that was
the
the
lights.
preseason episode, first episode. It's the real episode.
Dude, I know the lights is a little intimidating and stuff. We got all. Don't be too nervous, man. You did great last time, and I expect the same this time, man. I was really proud. Hey, low-key, weren't you proud of Dale at the last one he was on the Zoom?
Yeah.
Dale was low-key going in. He was low-key going in. Oh yeah, all-star Dale.
It was all-star.
All y'all were going in though. Chemistry was nice.
You feel like we were in our bag?
Editing was nice too.
So this one, are we gonna start a decline or kind of?
Oh, it's
pick it up.
The only way is up.
Only way is up. All right. Only way. I don't know.
It depends how much I be drinking, bro. For being honest,
it might get even better if we drink it.
You right. I like the way you think.
Yo, people made me nervous because the response to the first one was actually like good. Like I'm used thinking at first one we'll keep progressing and shit, but people were actually like even like looking at not to be a nerd, looking at numbers like the average watch time was pretty cool. Obviously, it wasn't no 2 hours, but it's like even if 30 minutes was like the average watch time. And it's like, damn, okay. So it's like, I appreciate just everyone who was tapping in and who was kind of engaged in the conversation and just enjoyed it. So, what I heard back from it was good, but pressure on this one.
Exactly. Like, what if the first one is just amazing and this one just like dud? It's like, what are we gonna do from there? It's like, what the fuck?
Nope. Scrap it. Try again.
Real quick.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
No pressure.
Wait a minute.
In front of y'all.
Wait a minute.
Are the mics on?
Wait a minute. The mics are on. Don't think I fucked that up that bad. I didn't introduce backstage. My fault. Yeah. All right, so look, man, I did a horrible job introing, man. I just started going in. We shouldn't have taken that shot, buddy.
This guy thought good. Backstage, we got. Do you want to be named?
Young
Rich.
Mel.
It's the boy Mel. You know what I'm saying? You don't.
No, it's all good. It's the boy Mel.
Nah, you famous now. That's cool.
No one knows your address.
Moment
to put it out there.
472 Reseda Boulevard.
I said Young Rich. I said it. Yeah, they was talking. Man, shout out to
Melly Mel, Young Rich.
Shout out to our behind the scenes guys, Young Rich and Young Melly Mel. Probably gonna cut out these first 15 minutes, but we'll get through it. It's fine. We gonna roll in. We gonna roll in, man. How y'all doing though? How y'all weeks doing? If for y'all don't know that are watching it, it's a Wednesday, so hump day. How y'all feeling? Y'all had a good week?
Yeah, bro. This week was actually pretty good.
Pretty good. What? Honestly, how was your week, D?
It's been alright, but the best part of the week is that's a short week. Shout out to 4-day weeks. Love that. Shout out to MLK too.
MLK.
Oh,
Shout
I
out
see
to
what you mean.
MLK.
I see what you mean.
Milk
But
and
I don't work a
cookies.
job. I was like, what the fuck? Wait, why was it a 4-day week? I was thinking someone was on Friday, but got you
Yeah,
MLK.
no,
Obviously
MLK.
MLK. But a lot of people were still working, which is kind of weird.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Well, I feel like a lot of people usually do work on MLK. It's more like school thing.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
Not that
I've
they
worked
turn
on a lot of
international.
No work.
MLKs.
Well, happy MLK Day to y'all, man. We dropped the first podcast on MLK Day, so it was
Yes,
actually a
sir.
little celebration. That was really what the champagne was for. Was MLK Day pre-celebration. Yeah, honestly, not that much crazy stuff happened this week.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Well, the inauguration was today, so by the time they see this, the inauguration will have been a couple days past. But did y'all watch it?
I turned it on for my mom, and she watched like half of it. I definitely did not watch it.
Okay, I didn't want a bunch of yeses because I don't want to just stick on politics for like 10 years.
Yeah,
but
nah,
did
yeah,
anyone,
nah,
y'all
nah,
watch
nah.
the inauguration?
Man, I was stuck at work. I didn't watch the inauguration.
I didn't watch it. Did you hear about the poem?
Poem.
I heard about it.
Okay, good. I didn't want to be the only one because then it's just weird when I'm like, all right, shit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't have my facts ready, so I'm not gonna speak on it. I'll speak on it.
well, the
later.
poem,
What's
it
the
was
poem?
just, it was.
I didn't listen to it, but
Man, whose poem was it?
Yeah. It's like Shakespeare.
I wouldn't have brought it up if I knew y'all were
Edgar
gonna ask
Allan
me
Poe?
questions about the shit because I don't know.
I'm not asking about
I was
it.
not close about the
You brought up
inauguration.
the poem. You brought up the poem.
I'm just asking who wrote the poem, bro.
because don't ask me no names, but regardless, there was a great poem read. Well, it was very well received. People were very happy with the poem. What's the name?
Amanda Gorman.
Don't worry, see, I'm gonna edit. Amanda Corbin.
Gorman.
Yeah, so Amanda
Gorman.
Amanda Gorman made a really great speech. You know, she's a really talented poet. It's funny. Anyways, yeah, it was I guess a lot of people were really happy with the poem. People were happy with the Biden speech. People just happy in general to have Big Dog out the office, your guy out the office, huh?
nah. One day we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, all right, yeah, we'll get into it. Anyway, moving on. All right, so first of all, if you didn't know my new single is out, I gotta let the world know right now. Make sure you go and stream that thing, man. Add it to your playlist. Do whatever you gotta do to listen to it. And for all my overseas people, it is on Audio Mac now, man. I got a couple songs on Audio Mac. Keep tapping in, man.
You got the lyrics going too. You got
like that?
You got like professional lyrics. It's not just like a paragraph.
I typed them in.
I like that.
I typed them in.
Exactly. And you was hitting the buttons, yo.
So, like,
the button.
What was your headspace when you made that song?
My headspace was where it was last week when you talked about it. No, I'm just
he was on the laptop. It's
hold up,
alright.
but no, because the real single, I don't even want to talk about the wonderful single Way Back Down, because really what I want to talk about is the more important single, is the by our own very own Kai Creations, man. Eden will be out in stores very soon. If you don't know,
Yeah.
you will know soon, man. Eden,
Yeah.
we're very big on promo for my dog Kai over here, man. We got to do the legwork for him. Yeah, man. If you don't already know, Eden is going to be out in stores, man. It's one of the greatest singles probably you'll ever hear. There's a visual for it already. There's a promo visual for it already.
Yeah.
There's a lot coming in
Yeah, I mean,
going into it.
All right, so promo, I guess, yeah, but I really don't want to promo it. I know you said you wanted to promo it, and you talk about artist promotion, and you want to
Yeah,
talk
too
about
bad
artist
we promoting it here, huh?
Yeah, I know. Like, I really don't want to promote it just because of, like, I know the underlying feelings of, like, I guess some of the places that I was coming from when I made it, like, energy-wise, and I just don't. Of course, at that time, I felt that I was doing the best that I could with the knowledge that I did, so I made a song about how, I guess, I was feeling or something. So, but just looking back on it now with, like, a different mindset, it's just, like, that's not something that's promotable, especially with what I want to do later. You feel me? So it's like with promotion and like actually putting stuff out, I think how I want to take it is like the creative stuff. I want to drop it like art. You know what I mean? Like drop it, let it be it. If it does something, it doesn't. I want to do it like for free. Like if nobody watched it, I'll be happy. Like, or if one person watched it, like not even happy who watches it, but just like happy making it. You feel me? Like I want to drop it and let it be it. And then what I want to promote is like the business shit that I want to do later, like the real shit. Like that's what I want to promote.
So then my curiosity, okay, what if someone were to say, by you saying that you only care about the art, what if, or aren't you kind of, I guess, shorting people on being able to kind of appreciate your art if it doesn't get a chance to make it in front of them because it's not promoted?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm shorting people by not promoting something. I think on the internet, like, it's gonna get lost in whatever, like, it's gonna be lost in space because everything comes out so fast on the internet. But how I see where I want to take my art is just dropping it and letting it be it, and it'll do what it does, you know. And I just have fun making it. I want to get to that point. I want to have fun making it and not worry about the numbers or worrying about who's seeing it, who's not seeing it. I just want to drop shit now. Like, I'm getting to that point.
I thought it was like kind of a part of the game to promote your stuff. Like, isn't that one of the reasons why it gets lost in the sea, because you don't promote it? You know, you want to promote it because the internet is a sea if you look at it, but you won't get to like really see anything until you dive in.
Right.
You know, that was a bar.
Right.
I'm a rapper.
The internet's a sea. You won't see nothing until you dive in.
Exactly.
I gotta write that down. Okay.
I'm still that. Put in my
Change
poetry
your
book.
No, I think I don't know. I like to just drop it and let it be. Like, I think just being. I think this is promotion in a way. Like, we are talking about it. But
I
just
forced you to promote it.
I know. You saying no? I'm saying, like,
you would not have brought it up.
Real friends.
but just seeing the
How many
character,
of us?
like, just seeing
I
the
got
character,
it.
right? Because like this is. All right, I'm working on that one. But yeah, I want to be a better communicator. But like, this is all practicing and promoting for what we all want to do. You know what I'm saying? This is all like really good on a resume, like for the creative side of things. So I look at something like this more so as more like something promotable versus just that song, or you know what I'm saying, just or some of the art pieces that, or some of the work that I plan on doing. I just want to drop it. I don't want to.
Is it because I'm curious because sometimes this has to do with sometimes my decision making. Does it have to do with the because you were in a different headspace at that time? Now it's like what you're putting out. You don't want that to be the perception of your current headspace. Does that have to do with it, or is it just
that part and just like. I guess some of the things, some of the intent, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Just when I was writing it, my headspace wasn't the best, and I put it down on paper a little bit. You know what I mean? It's nothing specific, and nobody, even if you if you listen to the song, you probably wouldn't know. Like maybe context, you might just guess, but it's nothing specific to where you'd be like, oh, I for sure know. But I know that like even though I wrote something, I know the inner feeling was like from a place that shouldn't even be.
But see,
promoted like that, to just show out like that. Like even though it's ugly, I'm dropping it as an art piece so that I'm like, you know, I'm kind of letting go of it, learn from it. If people want to listen to it, okay, cool. But just kind of letting it go, and that idea, like metaphorically letting it go, kind of like if it was a blockage, you know, like letting that go and letting it go as an art piece. And I guess even though it is bad and I don't really care for the content,
it's not bad.
I guess kind of selfishly just saying like, I'm ready to go, like letting it go from the metaphorical sense. Like I got to move on. You know, and get this off my plate so then I can move on to bigger and way better things. Like, better things.
Go ahead.
But don't you think that promoting it so people can see it and give you feedback is part of like the process of growing as an artist?
Yeah, but I think so far a lot of the things that I've dropped, or some of the messages that I've got in just our conversations, or with conversations of people that I know and them giving me physical feedback, you know, or like even like nuance, like just body language, you know, like certain things. Like I remember when like Travi came over, what was that, yesterday or 2 days ago, and you checked out the video and you're like, that's dope. Like I heard it in your voice. It was like,
I was trying to gas you.
No, I know, no, but like I heard, like I was watching it and I was celebrating when I made it, because like after I like through midway, I was like, yo, this is like I put together the second part of the timeline and I was like, yo, this is hard. And so I called him on in. I called my mom. I was like, hey, check this out. They was like, you know, cool. And I was like, yeah, I know this is dope. I'm not done with it yet, but I know this shit is hard.
Hey, don't you when you make some like hot shit and niggas just say bullshit as soon as you like show it to someone, like, they just saying the wrong shit. They'd be like, bruh, like I just regret showing it to you at this point.
Yeah, nah, but I knew that one was like, I think that's one I'll consider like timeless. And for me, like that's one that I'll put on my resume, because that's just for, I don't know, it was just fun for me. Like I really like that creation for what it was. Like this one is just like, like, I mean, I know other things that I make will be like mid, but I'm learning from it more so than just like putting out just negative shit. And I know I'm
curious, are you gonna promote like the things afterwards, since you're saying that it's like the bigger stuff, and how else would it grow bigger without the promotion? Would you promote that?
The art stuff, or the more like
not Eden, but like the things that are gonna come afterwards?
I don't know. I have like a lot of ideas, and I feel like I can go to like, you know, a business side or the just strictly creative side. So I'll probably figure out a mix of both and figure out what's comfortable. But I feel like making videos and editing videos is definitely where I'm gonna go shooting videos. You know what I mean? Like
If
just creating.
if promotion wasn't a thing, how would you get it to people's eyes or ears, or what would be your way?
I don't know. I just think I kind of adopt the mentality of, I guess, like a monk. You know what I mean? Just like that idea of just
Or
let
like
it be
Trump.
just-
He can't be on no social media either, so
for real.
y'all on the same page.
Yeah, nah, I really don't like social media. I don't.
I know I downloaded Instagram this week, and it's so consuming because the first but when I didn't have it on my phone, I was like, okay, I got to go onto the internet browser to check it. But now when I look at it, I'm just like,
You were
well,
going on
I
the internet browser to check for Instagram?
yeah, because then that means that I don't, because this is when like I was on my cleanse. So I was like, okay, if I really want to check Instagram, I got to go through the internet browser. But now that I re-downloaded it was just like, damn, now I remember how addicting this shit is, and like why. Well, it's like, what am I doing on it for like the time that I shouldn't? I don't want social media for entertainment. I'd rather use it for a tool.
I feel that.
Yeah.
That's 2021. Use it as a tool.
I'd be bored though, so you know.
Staring
I
at
gotta be
titties
on
all day on Instagram.
For real.
You'd be like, I was supposed to do something. What was I supposed to do? Or you ever like exit the app and then open it right back up?
Oh yeah,
That's not good.
definitely. Do you put like app limits, like time limits on your apps?
Nah.
Should probably look into that.
I do look at my screen time, and it averages at like 5 hours. Yeah, I say it out loud.
Now my screen time is like really depressing. I'm not gonna say it out loud.
Just say it out loud.
Nah, it depends. Like it's been going down lately, but there was a point to my screen time was like damn near 8.5 hours a day, 9 hours a day.
I feel like it's like, because at least us as like being grown, like we can make conscious decisions, like even knowing like, damn, that's a lot of time. Even you, like,
Yeah.
that's 5 hours. Imagine kids though.
No, you're
Oh,
not.
Hey,
God.
what age would y'all get your kid a phone? Because like,
Smartphone?
bro, I feel like kids now is like,
then.
it's different. Like you just open up to, so as soon as you get a phone, there's no blocking like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Like
I'm
you
getting
see
they ass
everything.
walkie-talkies. They must be tripping if they thinking they getting phones at like 7.
Yeah, nah.
You crazy?
I'm getting my son a phone as soon as he can leave the house by himself.
Hey,
Give
look,
him
I
a
got
page.
So
theory.
what age is that? What age is that?
I mean, I'm African, so that's not like till like you're 18. So,
He getting the
Damn.
phone at 18. Your
just
son
like-
gonna have no girls, bro.
but then like at the end of the day, like you're scared of your kid go on like TikTok and stuff. But like you need phones for other reasons too, like protection, be able to have contact with your child, and also you can just block the apps. You know, like they need a passcode to download these apps. Just don't give it to them. So what are they gonna do? They don't have a credit card.
But at
Oh,
some
that's
point,
true.
the kids, I think at a certain age, I think once they're like maybe like 12, 13, because they're so exposed to technology. So sometimes they will just figure out, like, I bet there's a lot of kids that figured out how to go through, what's it called, the parental controls and stuff like that, you know? Because now they have, well, they've always had things on apps that look like other things. Like, for example, something that looks like a calculator, but this is like your Pornhub of shit. But I don't know. It's like...
Shout out to
it's
SnapSafe.
different.
Hey, I got an idea.
You remember
I got a
them
theory.
days of SnapSave?
Greatest
Yeah, I
app
got
of
a
all
Who the
yeah.
time.
fuck is using? Wait, is that still around?
I got a theory.
Huh?
All right, so listen. All right,
Your
follow
mic
me.
is vibrating.
All right, like, hold me on the phone. Are you ready for this? All right. So you know the episode's Black Mirror, right? On Netflix and shit?
Yeah.
All right, so think about us living as in an episode of Black Mirror, okay? Now, us as humans evolving, right? We never grew up with phones in our hands, right? Like, this is something very new to the human race. And we are evolving with something technologically, like, advanced in our hands. Like, we literally wake up in the morning and reach for it, right?
Right.
Like, it's attached to us.
You just trying to flex your iPhone
no.
X?
No,
Relax,
it's
relax.
not even my phone. So listen, we're attached to it, right? So on an evolution level, we go through what monkeys, whatever, fish, and now we have this thing. We have everything on our hands. We literally have sex, drugs, like, you know what I'm saying? You have all type of stimulus, like looking at pictures, other people, like dopamine, serotonin, all that shit, right? On this so life is Black Mirror, right? On this black screen, I can make anything and everything. Like, I can create whatever I want on this black screen, right? But when you look at it, you're literally looking at a reflection of yourself. So whatever you pull up on your phone is literally a part of you externalizing, but you're looking at yourself because you're looking through the phone. But at the same time, this phone is like not real. Like, it's real, but
This nigga
you're
high,
looking
bro.
through like a whole nother. You're looking through like a whole nother thing that we're not used to looking at.
I feel you. I definitely feel you on that.
But look, you
think
can make
you're-
good come on the screen. You can make bad come on the screen. Happy, sad, any emotion that you want to.
You could come on the
it
screen.
It could be flowers. It could be whatever you want. But you choose whatever
Kai.
you decide to put on the screen.
Kai Creations, you don't have to smoke before the pod. You could just smoke after. Like you can really just smoke after
right now,
Alright.
bro.
Just smoke
You feel me?
after.
I'm
That's
not in your
all.
level right now, homie.
You feel me? Because look, nothing's on it, so I'm just looking at myself. It's a mirror. Okay, I'm looking at myself, but now I'm looking at a video of whatever I'm looking at. But it's something that I'm looking at, so I'm choosing to look at it.
So okay,
You choose what you see on this phone. So if you feel like your life is shit, you're looking at shit.
So the black okay. So the black mirror is a reflection of the artist, of whoever's like creating the things on the phone,
In a way.
right? Okay,
So like
okay.
everybody's creative. Everybody has their own like. Well, I don't know. Some people don't say they're creative, but yeah, Black Mirror. I'm looking at something, but now I'm making whatever I want pop up on the screen. And then we're gonna talk about speech and mind later. I'll say that one.
Speech.
Language
Come
is
on.
crazy.
Give my phone.
Yeah, but honestly, nah, I can't. That is pretty interesting. I feel like social media has like made it so different for even like. Oh, this is a perfect example. See, I got the little Tom and Jerry swag on. You know what I'm saying? But like we used to watch shows like that, like a fucking cat chasing a mouse,
Yeah.
like fucking the whole episode. Like that was fire for some reason. Even shit, bro. Like now, why would you watch some shit like that when you have TikTok at your disposal?
Yeah.
So like you see in the world in so many different ways that like when you're kids, you can literally have your full attention on a show about a fucking cat chasing a mouse. Versus now, it's like, why would you ever focus on that when there's so much other shit out there
Yeah.
for you as a kid? It's like it's just I don't know what it means. I don't have like a clear
It's too much stimulus.
We used to like wait for the shows to come on at a certain time.
Yeah.
And now
In
it's
the
like
morning?
it's
Before the
always-
DVR
Yo,
days.
for real.
Rough.
Yeah, like people who used to watch 24 on Fox.
Yeah.
It would come on at a certain time. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of television anymore because YouTube and all these other like,
Netflix.
Well, I don't think I use Netflix as much. It's mainly just YouTube. And
Yeah, when Tiger King was out, he was watching Netflix.
Oh,
I know
Tiger
he was watching
King, Mr.
Netflix
Joe
as soon as Tiger
Exotic.
King was out.
damn, yeah, Tiger King. I can't believe that happened to him this week. I can't believe they started celebrating like that. You know, okay, so if you guys don't know what happened with Tiger King,
I don't.
Do you
I
know
have no idea. I know it's a Netflix like documentary. I
Hey, we
believe.
should. Why are we calling him Tiger? What is dude's name?
Joe?
Oh, I
Exotic.
forgot. That's straight for his Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic. Got you.
Do you want to explain it, or shall I?
Fuck it. Okay, Joe Exotic. Nah, I'd rather just talk about it with y'all. So if
Cool.
y'all don't know,
right.
if y'all don't know about the Joe Exotic shit, basically, he on the list of people Trump's. I don't even want to like get into Trump this early, bro, because like I don't want us to be on like all politics about Trump, but it's all good. We'll keep going with it. We'll keep going. But Joe Exotic, basically, he on the pardon list for Trump, and he already got the limo ready. He got his hairstylist ready. Like he got everybody ready, type shit.
Wardrobe.
That'll be crazy if he doesn't get pardoned. Do y'all know how that pardon list is rocking? Like, is he just making the decisions as he goes?
I mean, you can't
I
pardon
see-
no more.
Yeah, he's not the president.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
The inauguration was
So in
today.
other words, the Joe Exotic shit didn't happen.
Okay, what did he do to get pardoned? For
Look up
anyways?
if Joe Exotic ended up getting pardoned.
No, he did not. He did not get pardoned. The funny thing about Joe Exotic is that they all came out already like he was gonna get out or something. They had the limo. They had the hairstylist. You know, it's Joe Exotic's team is like the guy who goes out on the first day and goes all out. Goes to Nobu, brings flowers, and then ends up with a hug at the end of the night. That's what his team is like, because that motherfucker did not come home.
Then taking the girl to Nobu and only getting a hug.
Exactly. You know, if you're taking somebody in Nobu and you got some bread, it's like you got confidence in yourself. But
Nah, you gotta have low
Not Joe
confidence. to do
Exotic's
that,
team.
Honestly, if the first date is at Nobu, you got low confidence.
oh, you definitely
That's
got
facts.
Cause you
Little
spend
confidence?
hella bread on a first date like that. you got no
Overcompensating
confidence.
for sure.
Huh?
Over-
McDonald's.
Yeah.
No. I'm playing. I'm fucking.
Is she cool with the McDonald's date?
Nah,
She
I'm
the
fucking
one.
with
I'll put y'all on game real quick.
Nah, Tori's a romantic. He bring the girl over and then cook her ramen noodles.
Yes, sir.
Wait, so what's your go-to first date move?
Go to first date move. I used to be a rookie. I think I used to try to go to
Movie
sushi
theater?
or
Oh.
whatever, and then I started realizing I was like, what the fuck, boba. That was one of the things.
You hit. They like boba for some reason.
Cause like if it's or like something like a smoothie or some shit, but or some light food, but definitely somewhere that involves walking. You know, that's why you probably go to like a Galleria or some shit, or what are those, like Griffith Park, some shit. You know, so you need to have some type of activity.
For sure. Put y'all on game. Y'all welcome.
So what's your date spot, Tori?
I don't have any.
No, I was
Go
just
there.
quiet when y'all talking about dating because I know none of y'all be getting dates or none of that.
Yeah, nah.
Never.
I be reading this shit.
I was just sitting there like, I'll let them lie on the pod. It's fine. Like, say whatever you want. Like, man, I take her to Nobu. I take her to fucking.
Man, I ain't gotta lie. I can't afford no.
You had a first date little thing. I feel like you told me about.
What do you mean? Like
There was
like
something.
A bad thing or a
Didn't
good
you?
thing?
No. I know what you did. You took a girl for your first date to Korean barbecue.
Oh yeah, I took somebody to Korean barbecue, and I was just like, I think I had more of a crush on her than she had on me, and definitely I was a rookie in dating, so I definitely did not know the little nuances, and I didn't know how to read cues in a sense, but it was just such an awkward. Like, we had an okay date, but then once we got to the end of the date, it just got really awkward, and then I went in for the kiss, but I asked her, can I kiss you? Like, what the fuck is wrong? You know, that's
awkward and stuff?
That's some childish shit. Like, who the fuck asked to kiss somebody? And I didn't know this, but after I kissed her, we never went on a date again. I don't know if it was my lips or I don't know what it was, honestly.
Well, she let you kiss her, so that's something.
Hey, where did you meet this
Well,
girl though?
What
I
app?
think through a mutual friend. Never apps, dude. I have no game for Tinder, Bumble, any of that. Because I thought I used to, like, growing up, I was like, all right, I guess I'm all right looking. And then you go on the apps, and it's just like, it ain't hit it. Actually, I don't like the apps. I'd rather just talk to somebody in person, even though it's COVID now. Now it's like, could you take your mask down, please?
Yeah, nah. Date shit
Okay,
dead.
I'm
COVID
good, I'm
fucked
good.
up dating, huh?
Yeah, it's dead now. It's
Yeah.
definitely dead now.
Hey,
Good to
motherfuckers
know.
are still catching STDs out here.
That's why.
Isn't
dating
that
is
crazy? You
dead.
trying to avoid COVID, but motherfuckers catching shit out here.
And that's why it's dead. I don't know,
But
it's just
like,
weird.
where do you even go for a COVID date?
Yeah, what's up with COVID
To the
dates?
hospital.
Yo, you should edit that in there. Anyways,
That's
yeah,
it.
but for real though, like, if you're a single dude trying to meet women, how you gonna meet women during a pandemic?
Let's talk to our single. Well, shit, let's just anyone in this room who is single. Why don't y'all say what do y'all be on with the?
You can't give like an opinion on it, even though you're not single.
No, but I'm asking like for their
girl
like,
got him in
like
check.
yeah, no. I was just gonna say for them it's but like experience wise, like from actually having to live through the pandemic, like what have the strategies been, like, guys? Like, that's why I'm curious because I already know, like, I could imagine what some shit, but like what have y'all really been through?
Like dating or just in general?
Huh?
Like dating strategy?
Yeah, like
pandemic or
COVID dating. You just be on Twitter.
I mean, like for me, like in the pandemic, so I tried like not to hang out with people I don't really know like that. So I haven't met new people. Like I talk to the same old people. I hang out with them every now and then.
True.
But it's kind of hard to meet new women during the pandemic because like I personally like to go out and meet in public. But I'm not going out in public no more. And like you said, dating apps. I'm not the biggest fan of dating apps because it's kind of hard to like express your personality through a dating app. Like you can have like a fun, quirky bio, have an interesting pickup line, but nobody's gonna really know the vibes you exhibit.
Yeah.
Unless like they meet with you in person, and you guys hang out.
Because a funny text to you could be like, oh my god, what the fuck is he saying?
Yeah.
You know, because through text, like I feel like I've had issues with texting with people, and it's like, I didn't mean it like that at all. You just read it like that, and it's like, okay, that I feel like that's what happens on dating apps as well.
Yeah, the tone is hard to like really pick up in the dating app, you know. And a lot of times, people on the dating apps, like they're just there to like kill time. People are bored during the pandemic. They're like just need some like socializing. So they just want someone to talk to. Some people just want attention. So like meet people in person, you can really feel the vibes. If they're really interested, they show their interest to you. They're not really teasing you. Dating apps are just not for me.
Maybe in the future.
I mean, whenever I'm bored, if you not already download, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Fuck around for a
Rich
week
is
or
the only
two,
one
then
in here
delete
that got the Tinder. Damn, Rich the only one on here on dating
For
apps and shit on the
sure.
Tinder. That's crazy.
Nah, bro. The future is not gonna be dating apps. They're gonna have the sex robots.
Oh hell yeah.
Then it's over. It is over.
You know what the real future is? You could be able to buy pussy like on DoorDash, but like DoorDash some pussy instead. That's the real future.
That's Figueroa. You
Oh,
ever,
wait, why we
you ever go on Fig at 11 at night?
actually happened before, so I know what you're talking about.
Well-
there's no phone right there. It's no barrier. It's like right in front of you. Like you could go grab it.
And for the Valley folks, it's Sepulveda and Roscoe. You know?
You don't need a phone for that. You're not ordering shit.
On them same lines of what you were saying about the DoorDash shit. In that case, do you think prostitution should be legalized?
Yes.
While we on the topic, because really, seriously, it is
I
a
think it should
genuine
be. The only
topic.
reason is because I think it would be a lot less serial killers.
Facts. A lot less sex trafficking as well. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, exactly. That's like the biggest thing that
Yeah.
where I feel them when they're saying legalize it, because people are gonna do it regardless. But at least you're not getting like pimped out, or you're not getting in like sex trafficking
Yeah.
and all that.
Make sure people say
It does make sense. It does make sense.
So we tax it.
Yeah, I feel like prostitution is going to be legal within the next like 15 years because the rise of OnlyFans and other sex work is come into prominence. Is more like socially accepted. It's only a matter of time, in my opinion.
Hey, but in a way, in this like right now during like not 2020, but this pandemic shit, like I guess it's actually good that it's not legal because all them businesses would be shut down.
Oh,
they all
Young
be-
God, they all be, yeah. So I
Oh,
guess
yeah, they would.
maybe at post 2021,
Post 2022.
they all gonna lose all his money.
Post 2022, I'm about to get bankrupt, door dashing some red bones. You feel me?
Some Red Bull. That's wild. That is wild.
No free promotion.
No,
Yeah.
They don't gotta know my
that
site.
was good. I like that. I like that.
So if y'all didn't know, Deo is actually a character. Now, if you just look at him, look at him, wave, hi Deo.
How you doing?
Now, you guys wouldn't know he's actually a secret comedian. So he said he wants to be a creator. He's creating more, and Twitter is his medium. Excuse me. So he makes the most amazing tweets. I haven't actually read any, but I've been hearing great reviews. So that's how you know it's amazing.
I just tweet what comes to my mind.
And that's the best part about it.
Yeah, just it's like a diary that like people see and they laugh at. Just getting jokes out there.
All right.
You feel me?
So what's the most risky tweet you've ever tweeted?
In your opinion,
Most risky tweet I ever
Like the
tweeted.
riskiest one. Like you clenched your ass when you fucking.
Well, he gotten
you
banned
posted.
multiple times now, so it's
For real?
To
You
me,
got
I'm
banned?
not scared. Yeah, I got banned.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
How
All
many
right,
times
the
you
Twitter
banned?
censorship.
I got 2 accounts suspended. They gave me the 2-for-1, bro. Like,
All right.
That's why we don't follow each other no more. I see it.
yeah,
I
people
see
think
it.
like, oh, you unfollowed? Like, nah, I got kicked out of Twitter, bro. I had to make a new account and shit.
Yeah, see, Dale, the reason we're talking about this is we didn't tell you, but we have a segment on the way all about might be Dale's tweets, man. Since you're such a viral sensation on Twitter, man, we actually have something we wanted to ask you about because we needed some like further clarification type stuff, and we were just confused about some of the stuff we're seeing.
I didn't consent
So,
to this.
you didn't
I did not consent to this.
Yeah, we got them for you. We got them for you, brother. No, I gotta read. No, you read this shit. I don't want to read.
Why I gotta read his
Okay,
wrong
fine. I'll
tweet?
read the next.
No,
You
I'm
read the
just kidding.
first one
Okay, I got the
because you're gonna say
first
some
one.
crazy shit.
All right, I put a little light one out there. Is your high school crush still fine?
Oh, okay, that's not
Bro,
okay. Well,
bro, that's some
well,
like philosophical shit.
yeah, that was actually not that bad.
That was a solid tweet.
Okay, so what's up with that one? What's
where was your headspace when you were thinking of that one?
I was on Instagram and I saw my high school crush. So like, it just came to mind,
Oh, what she looking at?
Is she still fine though?
I mean, she's not as fine, but she's
Ah,
solid.
The
She's
taper
drop
solid.
off a
off.
little
The
bit,
drop
taper
off. All right. Let's get another one, big dog.
Reading's hard.
Wait, no, I had to scroll, buddy.
Melvin got the best one, yo.
This one's a little we'll hold because I'm gonna come back to that one because that one's just weird. So all right, so we got this next one. This is
Dale's
pretty.
tweet.
This is pretty deep, man. It says this was on December 27th. Okay, we played the
Ooh,
Wolves
right
that
2
day.
days
Okay,
after Christmas.
got it. Lakers rubbing the Wolves' clit. They're squirting all over the court with the little sad face emoji. What did you mean by that? And like, what were you seeing in that game that kind of made you feel like they were rubbing the Wolves' clit and they were squirting all over the court?
I mean, like, they're just dominating.
Be serious, guys. This is a serious pod, man.
Alright.
This is serious.
Alright, no
I take the
lies.
game of
No
basketball
lies.
very seriously. And when you dominate a team like that, I don't know, man. It's hard to say. They'll just score all over the court, bro. When you with your girl and you give her the business, that's what the Lakers were doing to these teams on the court, bro. Like, I don't know how else to explain it.
They was busting it harder than the challenge. Is that what you mean?
Facts.
Exactly.
Like, the Wolves tried to throw it back, but like they were off rhythm. Lakers just took over.
Now you. Oh fuck. I don't even know how I stepped into that one. I don't even know how I stepped into that one. I regret it.
I don't know what we're doing with that clip. I don't know if we're editing that one out. Are we starting over again? Like,
Nah. I'm not gonna cap. I do not know what was said at all.
You know, you missed
I was thinking about some other shit. I was looking at the next one. So whatever it was,
Hold on, you gotta keep that one in.
Whatever it was, we keep
You gotta keep that one in.
Wait,
That one's so funny.
You're gonna watch it back. I don't know if
Was it me?
No.
Nah, fuck that. It is
So,
what it is.
okay, let me reiterate. He was like, when a team's getting dominated like that, and then you went into it, and then I was like, I said something, and then he was like, the Timberwolves were like throwing it back on him or some shit.
So
And
they tried to, but
I don't
like,
know what I
they're
didn't know
off
how to
rhythm.
respond to that.
Oh yeah, no, that was good. That was good. Whatever it is, we keeping it. Fuck it. All right, next one. The next, that's why. Yeah, but I'm a pussy.
All right.
You see, I was like, wait, it wasn't me. Oh no. All right, we're keeping it then. It's cool. We
As long as I didn't fuck
Control
up.
the narrative.
Hey, we don't want to mess up the flow now. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this one, I'm gonna get to the one that made me mad, but I'm gonna get to this one first. This one says, what? No, you know what? You got that one.
Oh, it
It probably resonates.
Shit, I fucked up. Which one?
I feel like I'm being interrogated. They call me to the witness stand.
Which one? Community. All right, so Day, I'm community dick for real. All right, so were you just like horny at that moment, or did you like fuck like 3 times that week?
Wait,
and you
wait,
just,
what
like-
was the tweet?
Were you feeling dirty? Okay,
I was
ready to
drunk.
get- You ready?
I was
All right.
drunk. That tweet
Okay.
doesn't count. Move on, please.
Okay, all
right
right.
on.
Die Lit is a better album than To Pimp a Butterfly.
This one
and I
kinda
wish I was
bothered me.
lying.
Why?
So
Facts
Die
bothers you?
Lit is better than To Pimp a
Die
Butterfly.
Lit is a better album than To Pimp a Butterfly, and I wish I was.
Die Lit
Facts.
by
Playboy Cardi. Facts.
is better than
Who made
To Pimp
Die
a
Lit?
Butterfly.
Who
by
made Die
Kendrick.
Lit?
Playboy Cardi.
When did that come out?
2018. Album of the year, by the way.
I have not heard it, so I cannot judge it.
Those are tough.
So would you
choices because
is To Pimp a Butterfly a classic from Kendrick?
Classic in the sense that it's rememberable and quality.
Yes.
But for me, I'm not running Pimp a Butterfly back anymore.
Are you still running the Playboy Cardi back? You probably are. You
Low
probably
key,
are.
I was done for a while because he's doing that baby voice stuff. But when he dropped Whole Lot of Red, Loki started to feel bro again. No homo. Like he was doing his thing. The thing about Playboy Cardi is like people are like he just be not saying stuff, and that's exactly what I like. I don't give a damn about lyricism. How does the music sound like? What's the flow? That's what I care about. It's like the vibe. You feel me? And I'm not vibing to these walls. I'm not vibing to I. You feel me?
Okay.
Come on, man. Stop playing with me. Die Lit album of the year 2018. No cap.
Do you think that album would survive in 2020 when there's no clubs, no nothing open? You tell me.
Do
Were they
suburban
really
white
playing-
kids still exist?
No.
The ones that split their
And they're still gonna stream it, bro. So either way, he eating.
This shit got 15.6 thousand retweets.
Holy shit. That's
You're a
damn.
fucking nerd, bro. No, this is what a nerd. People,
He's got one with what, like 125K?
Yeah, my favorite one is when you have a tweet where it's a video when it's like she wrote a full paragraph
Yeah.
and then you just wrote okay. Bro, that one is one of the funniest tweets. Like that's an OG too.
Yeah, that was from back in the day.
That one's so long ago.
That
It's
was
one of
back in the
funniest
day.
shit.
bro, how Dale just post a meme and put LMFAO, and that shit runs up.
What's the funny? What is the meme?
Nah,
No, that
used to-
meme is facts.
it was a good meme. It was a good meme. I'm just hating. I can't hate a little bit. I can't hate no more. Like no one can hate. All right, let's just all great job, Dale. You doing your shit. You doing your shit. Nah, just playing. But so do you ever just tweet just to troll? Be honest with me, bro.
Yes.
So that To Pimp a Butterfly shit was all
No, it's
trolling
facts.
right now, right?
I'm not
Yes,
trolling.
please.
I'm
I
not
was
trolling.
hoping.
I'm
to be
not
like,
trolling.
I was hoping to
I'm
be like,
dead
yeah, it
ass.
was all troll.
I
Okay.
am dead ass.
Well, he said his preference is music that don't sound like shit. So I mean, or that doesn't have lyrics, but just has a vibe to it. And actually, I know a lot of people like that, and it's like they like the vibe now. That's what a lot of people are going for, is just the vibe of the song, and that's cool. Like if you like, that's the music you like. That's the music you like. That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
Like, I can
But-
appreciate lyricism, but at the end of the day, I listen to music so I can like enjoy myself.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But also just a better quality album overall. No skips.
A better quality album over. See, that's why like he could have just said what he said and he would have known. No one would have tripped. Then he gonna go and take it another step. But it's
how
just
you
the quality is much
yeah,
better. The
that's
quality.
that's how you define quality, like to you, or that's how do you define quality in that regards, like to music? It's just the vibe, or like how it makes you feel in that moment, like.
I mean, In all seriousness, To Pimp a Butterfly is a very quality album.
Okay.
Like in the sense that it's really good at what it's trying to do.
Okay.
But I don't really know anybody who's still like bumping that music. You know?
So like relevance and like longevity.
Like
Like,
replay value and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, my opinions are always right. So whatever I think is correct
okay.
On Twitter.
All right.
on everything.
Okay, so
All right.
on-
All right. So we know where you stand.
All right. Yeah, man. You a crazy dude, bro. So keep doing your thing, man. Keep tweeting, but this is gonna become a regular segment, my brother. It's gonna be recurring. So watch what you say, man. You're gonna be asked about it by someone, man. Twitter's a crazy place, man. Twitter's a crazy ass place.
could I let me ask you something about? Well, I know I have a feeling that you enjoy Twitter, obviously, because you keep tweeting
Yes.
and you get to explore your personality. You know, I've also had friends who like elaborate on the toxicity of Twitter. You know, there's a lot of that going on, and I feel that was one of the things when I went off. I was like, okay, I had to delete Twitter for a little bit because it was pretty toxic for me. Every day it's like, okay, this person's right, this person's wrong, and it's this person's wrong, this person's right, and it's like it's a constant thing. So how do you feel about that? Like, what do you feel about the toxicity of Twitter?
I mean, Twitter is a very toxic place. I feel like it's an application where people go to just to be upset about things and express the way they feel about certain things. But me personally, I don't interact with people like that. I'm just on Twitter to get these jokes off, you know, tweet my opinions, you know,
Hell yeah.
tweet when I'm bored. But yeah, there's definitely that side of Twitter. But at the end of the day, like, Twitter is such a diverse and broad app. You could use it for whatever you want to. Like, you could use it to promote your brand. You can use it to just have fun. You could use it to get on people's nerves. Me personally, I use it to spit hard facts.
Nice. And
As in, Dialect's better than To Pimp a Butterfly.
He spit some bullshit on his tweets. In other words, is that he's saying.
you know, you're talking about like promoting your stuff on Twitter. You
Yeah.
know, when you think about Instagram, that's the aspect that I don't enjoy about Instagram is now it's grown to be such a gigantic app. It's there's so many people on it, so you must promote to get going on the algorithm in a sense. But obviously, I've also seen other people grow organically on Instagram. It just depends on what they're doing, whether it's the talent. But I don't know. I think Instagram is like what you said earlier. You said that what'd you say? Superficial?
Yeah.
Yeah, Instagram is definitely it's a different type of platform because a lot of people post about the lives that they're not really living, but it's pretty. I don't know what would be the right words for it.
I just feel like with Instagram, it's hard to really express your personality, especially compared to an application maybe like Twitter or Snapchat, which is a more like intimate version of Instagram nowadays. Like at Twitter, the way you could just post like words or videos and pictures is more easy to express yourself than Instagram, which is mostly just pictures with captions, you know?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like use it just to like show off the way they look, communicate with like coworkers, families, and like classmates. And Twitter is more just like, I'm having fun. Like, it's not like my portfolio or anything. Instagram is much more like a portfolio to me.
I think Instagram used to be the like most creative one in a sense, like back then, because it was a photo and a caption, and then people were posting videos. And there's still content creators on Instagram that are fucking awesome, you know. But at the same time, now it's more about lifestyle, and I feel in Instagram your art kind of gets lost a little bit more, just like what you said in the sense of promoting, and it's just putting it into the sea and seeing if it comes alive. But I don't know. Instagram is kind of tough to get back onto because Instagram is like the youth news or the urban news in a sense.
It's the new Facebook.
New Facebook, yeah. Well, yeah.
It's ran by Facebook, so
Yeah, exactly.
same shit. But
What you feel about Instagram?
Well, I'm more of a Facebook guy actually, so I'm really I don't know. No, I'm just playing. Instagram is
MySpace
cool, man.
better.
Yeah, Instagram is an interesting place, and I kind of feel what both of y'all are saying. Kind of like, but what you're saying, it's kind of part of the reason that I wanted to start a podcast, like especially during the time when like I'll say maybe when George Floyd stuff was going on, when like there's so many different viewpoints. I want to be able to have the freedom to express and to have that influence and because there's people who were tapping me that time. What do you think about this? And it's like I want to have a platform where I can, where we can share our viewpoints, share how we feeling, in an authentic way, like a real conversational way. Like during that time, it's like you want to do anything you can to be helpful, whether it's protesting, whether it's posting whatever stuff. So on my story, I would try to show stuff for people to see. I wasn't really promoting much music, but I'd put out stuff just so like, okay, if you're tapping in my story consistently, you're gonna see the things that I think that people need to see, that need to react from. But then past that, like I honestly, I felt kind of almost like it's a self-fulfilling thing to be like posting a picture every day, and I'm writing like a 200-word paragraph or like little essay below it. Like, not to knock anyone that does that. I'm sure a lot of that does come from a good place in your heart, but like for me, it's just like I didn't feel that like my place. Like, let me go make a post. This is gonna be the thing to do, and sit here and write it out. For me, it's just like, first of all, I don't know, not that many people are gonna listen, but it's just sometimes I feel like Instagram isn't the greatest platform for that. But at times it also is, because you can get across so many messages. Just for me personally, and like who I am and what I do, I felt like this was a medium that I'm comfortable. I can share my opinion. Whoever wants to listen can, and it'll kind of grow as such. But that's kind of how I feel about the social media. So now I feel like having this space, it's nice to have everything at your disposal. Use Instagram the way it's supposed to be used, or whatever is applicable to you. I'm honestly not someone who's super like glued to any app. Like, I can't lie, I made the TikTok for Rizzy Gang Music. Yeah. But I was on it for like a couple days. I had the little scroll thing. You get your algorithm. But honestly, just there's always something better to be doing. At least for me, like there's usually something else, especially now. Like I'm dropping. I'm 2021 locked in.
Yes, sir.
Most of the time, it's like if I pull it up, I'm on a break. Like maybe I'm recording and I take a little break. I'm pulling that shit up. Or if I know, like, all right, I'm gonna be on my phone for a second. Maybe I'm about to go to bed. I just smoked or something. That's a different story. But it's like I'm aware of when I'm using it and when I'm not.
Yeah. I think Instagram doesn't present as much value as other apps, because it's not like I go on Instagram and learn shit. I learn about what my homies are doing with their lives, or what other people are doing in the world and stuff like that. I don't think it presents a lot of value. When I go onto TikTok, if anything, I'll learn some shit, or like YouTube, I'll definitely learn some shit.
That's the problem with TikTok, because I was shitting on them before, but when I started scrolling, I'm like, yo, I have learned some interesting stuff right now. Like this, before every pod, I'm about to go through TikTok and start sharing shit that I find. That's what I should. Hey, pre-pod, we just all going on TikTok.
Go ahead.
What's the most interesting thing you learned on TikTok?
Interesting thing? Oh my god, dude. I have a whole like notes page of things that I've learned from TikToks, whether it's like places to go to, like for example, date spots. You could go to, I have like beaches, I have parks, I got like all these different spots. I also have like a movies tab. I take a lot of music from TikTok, but not the mainstream music, mainly for like scenes and video editing, those are pretty valuable to me. And also a lot of people who will talk about like social media algorithms and growth. There's a lot of different things. And if you're a rapper, of course, that is, a lot of rappers get real creative on TikTok. They'll do the what's it called? I think the producers are probably the most genius ones, because they'll just play a dope ass beat and they're like, hey, everybody duet this, and you're rapping for like 60 seconds or less, or it's just a great place. But then there's also the thing I don't like about TikTok is that it's not original content. There's nobody being truly original. Like, okay, dance is totally understandable, because somebody makes a masterpiece of a choreo, and everybody wants to do that choreo because it's art, Yeah. But when it's on TikTok, it's a lot of people doing the same shit and the voiceovers, and I like the people who take a sound and they make it their own. That's very tough to do. For me, I didn't do that at first. I didn't understand how to do TikTok, mainly personally because I was looking at social media too much. I would just kind of take from everybody's shit. But now it's like I take the social media cleanse, and I feel way better into creating my own shit.
I was about to say, that brings me into I forgot where you're asking you about TikTok, but you're a TikTok creator. So so with that in mind, everything you just said, what kind of goes in your mind when you're making content like for your TikTok? Because yours is different though. You're not doing like dances and stuff. Yours is more basically comedy, skits, and things like that. So what kind of goes in your mind? And are you kind of receptive to the fact that like so many other people are doing the same thing? So do you kind of take it to kind of branch out, or you try to reach like a specific audience?
Personally, I used to just do what everybody else is because you know that feeling of, oh, I'm getting numbers, ooh, stimuli. Now I got the dopamine release. You know,
That's what I don't get about some of the voiceover ones when they just say like the same voiceover, then they be looking.
But if it's creative, like if you do a whole thing, like you got a whole different outfit on and it's a whole nother meaning from the actual video that you created into your own, I'm like, damn. And there's people who consistently do that. That's their niche, that they just kind of do the voiceover, and when you do the voiceovers, you're working on your acting skills because you're doing all these different types of facial expressions. And when I do the TikToks, I'm like repeating the lines out loud. And you get stuck with the sounds, you know, that's the same shit. But now I'm starting to create my own type. They're just like 1 minute skits, maybe 1 minute or less skits now. Because now I get to control everything because I'm trying to work on my edits. For example, now I'm really trying to deep dive into understanding music in a sense and just trying to create original content, things that happen in my life that's true. And that's the cool thing about art, that you could put something out into the world, they don't even know what they're laughing at. They could be laughing at your fucking pain.
That's applicable to a lot of things. I kind of like that you said that about they could be laughing at your pain. It's almost kind of applicable to Big Dog, but not entirely. But I feel like sometimes when you make art and stuff like that, I don't know, you were talking about how like it doesn't exactly show what you were thinking, what was going through your head in that piece. But I feel like that's sometimes the beauty of art. Like, what you create is what you created regardless. Like, whatever your headspace was in, it's still a piece of art. And that same piece of art, maybe it comes in front of me, and whatever meaning you had in your head, I find a totally different meaning. It's almost like, shit, all the pains back there, well, some of them is more very clear cut, but you know, the let's say the overall wall painting, very abstract, but like, people, you could sit there and tell me everything that you were thinking, what you made. But prior to that, I might have had a totally different vision of what it was, and it might have meant something different to me that I carry. And that's what I like about music. But I feel like it's applicable to like all forms of art. Is like you can create something with whatever headspace you're in, whatever you're dealing with at the time, and people are able to enjoy it for whatever they take from it. And that's, I don't know, I've always also liked music like that specifically, where you're not necessarily giving them everything. You're giving them pieces. You're giving them, like you talked about, vibes. Yeah. You're giving them a vibe. You're giving them different things to hang on to, and let them. When I create, I like to let people like find their own meaning in certain lines. And you have shit play back where you're like, damn, that shit was well, and I'm like, shit, I had a different meaning of that. But I mean, I try to think of like, people could take it this way, people could take it that way. So I feel like it's like applicable to all shit. But I see what you're saying, because I've seen a lot of your unreleased shit. Huh?
Yeah,
the classified
I got some unreleased stuff, so I'm just trying to get a few more under my bag, because you know I am chasing comedy and doing these videos. They do get lost, and you gotta. I kind of do want to release it through TikTok because it's just short form, and I want to get better at that. So. And I don't know. I think I could practice long form like YouTube, but I don't know what kind of value I could present on YouTube. Cause skits, cause now it's like I'm just doing the skits, just me. It's just me. The characters are just me and me. So it's like me working on it. You know, it's slowly progressing. So hopefully in the later years, I'm definitely gonna change it up. Yeah, and that's the main thing. It's just trying to get better.
I definitely see you getting into acting. Like. I see you getting into acting.
I didn't want to be cliche. I live in LA. I want to be an actor.
What is like, that? Yeah.
Hell no. I didn't even, at first, I didn't even know I wanted to do comedy. Because I was like, oh, I'm going to just do school, you know. I'm be a motherfucking genius. But then I don't know. I feel like Travi motivated me a lot. Because when I would see him on his grind,
I was selling him some weed.
No, exactly.
Let's be real. Keep it a buck. I was selling him some weed. We were selling some reefer.
And that weed get you hella creative.
I had that gas on me. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. It was really dope. Well, it's just like watching everybody and kind of just having some faith. You know, you gotta be able to visualize your own shit.
And yeah, this is low-key turning into a Sakibi comedy interview, but I still have more questions. I'm sorry, I have more questions. That's why I'm sorry. But my next question: would you ever try to do stand up on TikTok? Like, cause I know, cause as a stand up comedian, the fucking comedy bars are closed. Would you ever try to do stand up on TikTok? Do you think that would work, or like, is there a way of that working?
Dude, there's people who do it. People who can't do stand up right now. They're doing
Are people
stand up
doing it?
on TikTok. Like, people have some dope jokes that they just don't hit on TikTok because maybe their algorithm or the people, their audience might be younger because they saw some cool flash. But the stand up comedians on TikTok are fire, yo. That's a really interesting thing too. I've found a lot of different stand up comedians on TikTok as well. You know,
Is it like
I think if I do it, I just gotta craft different. I just gotta craft more jokes. I gotta write more jokes. Right now, it's like I'm focusing on the video aspect, and every new thing that you learn, it takes up so much time. You know, like if you want to start reading, that's an hour of your day, and when you started doing so many things in your day, that hour becomes so valuable. You know, and sometimes, I don't know, I think I just got to be more real in that sense of just like, okay, got to push more hours to writing jokes. That I want to get onto like a schedule where at least the 3 main things I'm doing is, what's it called? I'll shoot a video, I'll read, and I'll write. Those are 3 things. Because I think doing those things, Jerry Seinfeld said, somebody asked him, how do you get better at stand-up? Write every day. It's just simple as that. The more you write, the more it's formative thinking. You put it on paper.
You getting me in my creativity? Let's talk some creative shit, man. Let's just keep it going, because I kind of like Saki got me in the vibes. I fuck with that, but someone else talk, because I've been, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wait. Actually, then I have a question. Then I have a question for T. What was the last thing you said?
I said creative vibe.
No, you said you fucking read and write every day and shit like that.
Every day. Yeah.
I feel like that's an important thing you're talking about. Yeah, is habits. I feel like people who decide, like you were talking about, like for example, being like an actor or like stuff like that, like how it does seem far-fetched. But I feel like part of the problem is like a lot of people pick up these crafts, like say they're like, nah, fuck school, I ain't going to school. I'm gonna be an actor. I'm gonna be a comedian. I'm gonna be a musician. But like their mindset is like the way I see it is like when you do that, instead of going to get a job, you need to be your own boss. But the same principles should apply in terms of like the little steps you're doing. And I feel like people, they want to go into a profession, but they're not really respecting the craft of it. And that's why I feel like it's like you said, everyone that's successful in their craft, they'll tell you like, yeah, I mean, same thing as sports. You got to get your reps in. You got to keep doing that same stuff. And I said I wouldn't talk, but I ended up talking. But my next question is, how do you feel like that applies to like what you want? Because you create so many different things. You have so many different like forms of content. How do you go about, I guess, getting reps in on each one and continuing to kind of progress in that? And what's the mentality of, I guess, growth for you?
Okay, so
I'm podding
Solid.
today.
Yeah,
I'm podding today.
Big podding.
Yeah, we podding today.
Big game
Come on,
podding
come on,
right
come
now.
on.
So the
The
first one you
mind
said
benders.
was how do I okay. So the first one you said was how do I gauge getting my reps in, right? Honestly, like I think we talked about it. Like I feel like I'm a fast learner, right? So when you say like okay, get your reps in, the second that I started watching videos about like videography and shit, like I studied it. You know what I mean? Like I write stuff down like just to make sure I really get it. I'll watch 4 or 5 videos, like you know what I'm saying, like in a row to make sure I get like the exposure triangle. You know what I mean? Or just kind of watching like a full through Premiere, like what is it, tutorials and shit like that. Just making sure I'm watching the shit, and then when I am actually applying it, like doing it to the best of my ability. And I think it's kind of hard for me to gauge like how I am getting reps, but I just feel like I went to a moment to where, okay, actually here's why it's hard for me to gauge, because I didn't plan for none of this shit. You know what I mean? Like when I started creating, it was because of y'all. You know what I mean? Like that first day I came back and Mike, we was doing that fucking Ernest skit. He was doing the Ernest skit, and Mike, he was like, he just wasn't doing it right, I guess, you know? Like, but we love him, but he was just like, all right, here, I'll step in and do it. And so, you know, I walked out.
It clicked.
Yeah, go check out the Ernest skit.
Yo, I was literally watching it the other day.
Go check out the Ernest skit. So we did that, and once that was completed, it was just like a certain energy. And I think that certain energy was something that was like, okay, we got to recreate this. And then at that point, it was like, all right, we got to do this for the team. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you're going to do rap. You know, you're going to do comedy. And I'll figure out whatever the fuck I'm going to do. And that's always how it's
I do
always
R&B too.
Yeah, R&B too.
He's
Yeah.
versatile.
Yeah.
Did you hear my last?
Yeah, exactly. So it came out. It was just like, all right, I'm gonna figure it out as I go along. And then I went on like, I think it was like a year, or maybe like a year and a half, where I did post like, it was like every week. Like you was posting. Like we all had photo
That
shoots coming
summer,
out.
that
Like
summer, for
the whole
sure.
summer. Like, well, yeah, not a whole year, but the whole summer. Like going crazy with the posts. And I feel like after that, it kind of left me in a weird space, because now I felt that I had a divide. You know, it was a divide between me wanting to get better as a communicator and learning how to get better as a communicator, and also taking my own, I guess, well-being very seriously, like trying to raise my awareness to a whole new level versus just kind of like the creation, you know what I mean, of like what it is. So when I started like rapping and shit, that's where a divide really started happening, because it's like I felt that even though it was cool, I might be able to say it, it was just the fact that I wasn't speaking a truth. You know what I mean? Or like whatever it was, like, or it was the truth, but it wasn't in the best light. So like the core of me, something felt like it was a disconnect, because what I'm moving forward in my everyday life is telling truth like as much as I can, you know, because that's where I want my path to go in the future. And that's where like I'm leading towards, is just telling the truth, being a stand-up guy, like a leader, you know what I'm saying, a great communicator. So that's why it's a divide when I put out something like Eden, because I know what it's ugly in the sense of like I know what it is, you know what I mean? Like we were talking about how it's like narcissistic, or how Instagram is, and like I'm sure you listen to the video, so I guess you could put that there, you could tag that there, you know what I mean? Like I'm still promoting a song because I'm putting it out, but at the same time I say I don't want to promo it, so that's going back on your word, and to say so you don't want to promo it but you're putting it out. So it's like that divide happened with everything that was going on with music and everything I was doing, and I just had to like stop. But now it's to the point to where it's like I can't just stay stopped. Like I gotta kind of just release it, like let it go of it, and just move on. And it is what it is. And kind of like what you say about art, like just let it be and let other people kind of say what they say about it. And it is what it is. But I wasn't worried more so about what people would say. It was just like the image of, because I know I want to like lead people in real situations, like build a business in a real situation, and I don't ever want that to come back to be like, we don't know your morals or where you stand at. We don't know where your ground is at because of what you put. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess that.
But don't you think like before you get noticed, you have to do all the bullshit in a sense?
Yeah.
Because for you to do your actual craft, it's like you have to get noticed in some way, unless you some crazy talented motherfucker. I know you talk about organic growth.
Well, in most cases, true, but Eden is gonna be the most fire song in 2021.
For sure.
So he really doesn't
100%.
even need. We don't even need to have brought it up today, because it's probably gonna be one of the most fire songs of 2021. And that was actually the main message I got out of everything you just said. I was just like, man,
I made
this
it
fucking
with,
song,
like,
man.
I'm damn near 2 years ago, or is it a year ago? A year ago?
I'm excited
that
for
is
that
something.
promo, man.
It's not. I'm glad
I'm
y'all are
really
excited. I
excited for that
appreciate y'all
promo.
excitement, and
Because I know the work that you put into it, man. And you know, you talked about you don't know how to gauge it, but I've seen you like once you start like doing you do your research, when you would shoot my videos, you would see the improvements, and you know you can't not appreciate it.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Like okay.
yeah,
I do.
Because it was because when we first started, we didn't know shit. You know? But as we progressed, I remember all those reps that I was struggling with. You know,
the acting reps,
dude,
yeah,
it
definitely the
was
acting
trash.
reps.
Like I didn't want to do it, but I was like, damn. I felt bad for you for being there, watching me struggle like that. I don't know if it was embarrassing or if it was more like, damn, I'm taking this motherfucker's time.
Well,
Time is so valuable.
But
Real friends. How many of us?
But that's why I think the realist, well, the most significant part of that is like what you're saying is about how like basically you're saying you was do acting at first and shit, but earlier in the pod, Tori literally saying not playing or nothing, like I could really see you acting, like so that already just shows your growth. Like it really has been a change. But I kind of all comes back to the same thing: get your reps in, and shit really does improve. But that was just funny because even when he said that. As soon as he said that, I'm thinking like, yeah, that's crazy. Like he really got his acting shit way better than where it was at the start. And obviously you knew like you had. I mean, it's just different. A lot of people like they just everything looks so easy, and that's why even when it comes to like TikTok, I'm never hating on no content creators because like first of all, even to be consistent with something is a lot more work than people think. Doing the simplest things, even on whether you're photoshopping something, I'll be making covers and feeling like a genius when I'm done. And like you be seeing the cover, oh, it's a cool cover art. But by the time you do it, when you take the steps to learn shit. it's such a different ball game. So I gotta commend you on stuff like that, where a lot of people don't know the little things. You think, oh fuck, I could say I'm pretty funny, but getting on camera is a different thing. Same thing with music. Getting on the mic is a different thing. Like it's all a completely different story.
And some people just like are meant to perform in a sense, and they're just kind of.
Some people come naturally. Yeah.
You know, some people you can see the difference. Like, motherfucker, you knew you was gonna be behind the camera. You know?
me? Who, me?
No,
you
you
said- oh, I thought you were
I
talking
feel
about
like
me.
you're one of those people. For
Yeah, you're
sure.
like born to be a star type dude, you know?
Who, me?
Yeah.
All you guys were born to be
I
a
was
star.
songs. I got
surprised
some
you
songs.
didn't get the superlative. You know.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
look,
I
we starring
had to make sure. I had to make
starring
sure.
on a really good podcast. We all stars. You feel me?
Yeah, you feel me.
Blood good.
So you got to start somewhere, right?
But
good.
okay, all right, on this the last thing is, so I mean, I guess our overall sentiment is like getting reps in and shit like that. Dale, how do you blow up on Twitter? How do you get tweets to that fucking big? Is it the same concept though? Because that's one thing I don't fucking get. Like, did you just keep at it and keep posting and keep at your content and just putting out your thoughts and ideas, or like, is there like a strategy? Like, how can I get my shit going? This is purely for selfish needs.
Well,
I'm gonna start tweeting, bro.
I know
on
you
that
got
motherfucker.
motivated too. I gotta download that shit.
Nah, I'm just playing. I'm not good at that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I mean, like for me personally, I don't tweet for interactions. I just, like you guys are all creators. You make music, you do comedy, you do all kinds of. You make music videos, you make regular videos, you make informative videos.
I make R&B.
You do R&B as well. Like for me, a sense like Twitter is my muse in the sense that I can express my creative ideas. And to me, like, it's kind of the sense of how, like, the music industry is nowadays for a lot of people, commercial. It's just put out as much stuff as possible. For me, I'm just putting out as many ideas as possible.
Volume.
It's all about
Gotcha.
volume, And obviously quality is important too. But, like, if you just spend so much time thinking of quality, what you think is quality might not be quality to the average man or the mainstream audience.
Yeah, that's kind of applicable. A mentor of mine once said his mindset of like working towards success in different realms. He's an acting. He does a lot of things, but his main thing is his acting coaching. He's an actor, and a director, and he does a bunch of shit. But either way, his thing was like when it comes to trying to break out and be successful, he's saying it's almost like a fight. Like you don't know which punch is gonna land, but I feel like that's one that like really applies to like Twitter. You don't know which punch is gonna land on all things, but you don't know which punch is gonna land, but you just throwing. You're not sitting there like, yeah, I'm gonna hit him with this one, then I'm gonna hit him with that one, this one. No, you don't know which one's gonna connect. You're throwing, trying to connect, and then you keep going from there. I look at it almost like if you was throwing some shit at somebody, if you was you just firing some. You not fucking think, do I want to throw this? Nah, that probably won't hurt him. No, you just throwing shit. Whatever hit him. Whatever land. And I feel like that sounds kind of like I don't know, it just made me think of it because of the Twitter shit.
It's like when I play Call of Duty, I just spray that motherfucker.
That shit'll get you killed though.
Yeah, I'm really bad at
but
first
I feel
person
you.
and third person shooters.
You know, when I was reading the Kevin Hart the self-help book, he said his actual, I think it was his autobiography. So he was talking about how when he was just starting to blow up doing stand-up and he needed an agent, and the first agent that they found, it was Eddie Murphy's agent. And Eddie Murphy's agent was a well-known dude, and Kevin Hart had to sit down with him, and K Hart was talking about like, yeah man, blah blah blah, I need an agent. And the agent was like, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab your shit and then just throw it against the wall and see what sticks. And Kevin Hart was like, what the fuck? This dude just compared my craft to a bucket of shit? Like,
Yeah.
are you tripping? And you know, that's fucking Eddie Murphy's, like, that's his agent.
Yeah.
You know how much guts that takes to, like, say no to that and then go to somebody else? And he went to a different agent, and that agent called it a craft, and, like, that was the thing. So it's like the volume thing. It's a big thing. Like Hollywood does it for sure.
Yeah.
Because that's what they want. You know, you gotta that's how the movies work. Okay, this movie failed, so fuck it. And it's like all these people are like, damn, dude. The people that succeed are the ones that are like, fuck, that sucked. All right, let's move on. Let's go on to the next shit.
For sure.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, no, I feel you, and I think, I feel like, because that's almost like the opposite of the other, but I feel like that's why they both kind of intertwine, because you do want that quality there. I feel like the way I apply, like, it's like for the other one, like the fucking fight analogy shit, I feel like it applies well to Twitter because it's like there's no loss and you could just keep putting out whatever. But then I feel like if say someone's like an artist or they're trying to grow that way, I feel like it applies in that sense of like not necessarily shorting your or like just putting out whatever regardless of things. But I feel like in terms of maybe promotion avenues, you don't know what's gonna pop. Are you consistently working and you don't know who you might meet? Who's this is that, or what platform you might try different avenues of promotion. That's part of figuring it out. Is like what works. What do people click to? Do these type of videos promote well? Like trying different things to figure out what sticks, but not at compromising your craft or your art. So I feel like it's a balance in terms of like do everything you can to hustle, but I feel exactly like what you're saying in terms of like it matters about your craft. It matters about how the people you're working with kind of view your art type of thing.
Did you see Gary Vee just had a video? I know, bringing up Gary Vee, but but he was talking about how I think Andrew Schultz also brought this up back like in March and stuff. He was talking about how Netflix is gonna put out movie theaters, and Gary Vee talks about how Netflix just released like 70 new things that they're gonna headline. Or they're gonna show all these types of movies, and this is like a move to like, oh, what's the movies gonna do? You know, so we're gonna just drop a shitload of brand new unreleased movies onto Netflix. It's like 70 in a whole year.
Damn.
That's fucking wild. Most of the other streamers are like 12, 10, 15.
Yeah.
But
Volume.
Exactly. So the volume, but it's such a G move that they did onto the movie theater. It's like, what the fuck you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So the best ways for movies to survive, what Gary Vee said, he said that they need to find new ways of to promote it in a sense. You need to give us some more. You got to give us something else compared to, because we're just cozy at home watching Netflix.
Yeah.
You know, why should we go spend money and then fucking buy soda for $10 and then go watch a movie?
Yeah,
when we could just watch it at home and everything's cheaper.
There is an experience though, because well, first of all, obviously like movie theaters is closed now, but back when we were on that dating topic, I mean, the movies is always a good. I mean, it's a little different than, you know, you pull up a little Netflix. I mean, that's a different type of date.
Now people know it is Netflix and chill.
So that's
because we're trying to fuck earlier.
Okay.
You know, in that sense.
I don't know if the first date is gonna be you just pull on the Netflix.
Yeah,
so you feel me? The first date you might want to go to dinner.
I'm trying to get to know you.
I mean, it depends on the girl in all seriousness, but anyways.
But see,
if you meet her on the dating app, it's going down tonight.
Yeah, I feel like movie theaters, you pay for the experience. So I feel like it's at least at the start of movie theaters opening up, like people will be fired up for like that aspect. But I feel like, yeah, a lot of people is like, bro, I'm not paying for that shit. Because movie theater tickets was never cheap. I mean, unless you go to like them $3 theaters, but it's always like later, like old movies type of thing. So yeah, movies is just going to be all bad. But I feel bad for the, I'm surprised like more theaters didn't try to figure out like an outdoor type of like drive up type of thing. But I don't know.
We're in
I don't know
LA
the
though.
logistics.
Like our valley, I don't think they could really do the outdoor. I think some of them did pop up in LA, but it's like reserving a whole like meadow, if anything, and everybody just drives onto it. LA
I see
was
what you're saying.
very like strict with the COVID rules because it traveled from New York to us and landed on us. So a lot of the rules just stayed implemented onto us. You know?
Yeah. Yo, every time I say some shit that doesn't make sense and y'all correct me, I'm just getting rid of it. No, I'm not about to be wrong. No, but that's a good point. I really hadn't thought about that.
No, I think movies though. I forgot about this.
My bad.
Like
My bad. I
I
had valuable points to be made. I'm sorry, brother.
No, go ahead.
No. I was saying the bullshit I just said. Now,
What you got, Dave?
Movies are dope though.
I was just thinking, like, I like hanging out with you guys because you guys always inspire me to become a creator myself.
you inspire me, bro.
Oh, that's what I was gonna tell you. I'm sorry. Go. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I gotta say it.
Yeah, so it's like me, like there's certain things I'm thinking about cooking up and creating. Like one thing I always wanted to do is write my own sports blog. I've been pushing that back out for years, but you know what? It's 2021's grind year. I'm about to get that kickstarted real quick.
That's what I was gonna say.
I think you'd be great at that, man.
For sure.
I was like,
Thank
you definitely got
appreciate
like
that.
another medium to go to. Like, it's not just Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if, you know, you're like soul searching for it or just kind of like just kind of see what you like, but just try stuff out and just go for it. You know what I mean? And like, that's like I don't know. Just don't get caught up. You're gonna get caught. I don't know.
You also want. You said you wanted to be a lawyer still, right?
Oh yeah.
Yo, so what kind of art is there to law in a sense? Because you know the rhetoric is like absolutely magnificent, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm only taking that from what I see in the shows and movies.
I think it's
You
the talent
know?
of communication, bro. I
Yeah.
think it's that writing skill, bro.
It's definitely like
that. Yeah.
a lot of like people who are lawyers or like studying to become lawyers, they have like good writing skills, and I like to take those skills I have today and transition it to like my eventual sports blog, or even like one of my dreams in life is to write my own novel, and I would like to also turn that novel to a movie one day or something.
Nice.
So like to me, I want to take those writing skills I will develop preparing to become a lawyer to write a sports blog or write a book, or even like create a YouTube channel and write like skits or stuff, or like write the script for my YouTube channel. So that I feel like my creative ability is more in the form like stories and writing.
Okay.
Nice.
That's the same thing we're doing.
Yeah, for
sure.
Like that's literally the same thing we're doing.
Yeah.
So that's like it's perfect that you say that, and because like that's you know learn how to tell stories through
with the gang.
videos and other mediums like that. So
You-
I'm excited for you, bro. This is
Yeah.
gonna be nice.
You know, you say the, like, you know, when you talk about the acting, and when we're like trying to make skits and stuff, people don't know dialogue is so fucking difficult to write, because dialogue, it you gotta study people and how they talk and the little nuances to add that all that in there, and I don't know, I think that part is probably one of the toughest things, because especially right now in COVID, because we don't get to see anybody converse.
Yeah.
That part is kind of tough, but I try to do it at work, and I don't know. I guess I listen to you guys.
To touch on that, like I never realized how hard it was to write dialogues until like you're in class in like high school, and they're like, make a group of 4 and write like a sketch. It's like, yo, it's actually really hard.
Yeah.
Thinking when you're growing up, it's like, it's not that hard. I can just come up with something. Like I'm a person, I talk to people, but like, nah, it's really hard to come up with like engaging and like believable dialogue that
Right.
people could be interested in.
Right.
It's like it's really hard. Like being a creator, like I used to like hate on people, but like I don't hate on any creators anymore, because like you put the time and the effort to make this art, like, and if I hate on it, like I'm just being a dick. Like how can I hate on somebody who give it their all? It's something they really believe in, you know?
Do you read a lot?
I used to read a lot. I need to try to pick up that up. I need to pick that up again too.
And then a lot of the writing you do is really for work.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of things did you read before? Was it schoolwork, or did you read for pleasure?
I used to read for pleasure a lot, like throughout middle school and like part of high school. Always read. I used to always have like a couple books in my locker, a couple books in my backpack. I would like read like 100 pages a night just for fun growing up. So yeah.
Nonfiction or fiction?
Both, but mostly fiction. But I would read both.
I gotta get into fiction.
Yeah,
I haven't
fiction is
gotten to
really.
fiction.
I love stories. Like, it could be in the form of like a TV show. It could be in the form of a movie. Like any type of stories telling, even video games. Like one player games. I love stories in general. I think storytelling is a very interesting art form, and like I think even in movies, like movies encompass a lot of types of art, like from like music, cinematography, but like the story is what carries it.
Have you found like your stories yet, or are you still kind of like finding them? Like,
I have like a Google Doc where I just have story ideas and novel ideas that every time like I talk to somebody or I just get really fucking faded and think of something, like, I have ideas down. Like I think of characters, themes, even plot twists and stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah, I definitely like want to get that written one day for sure.
Okay, nice.
So basically, in other words, in 2021, we can expect to see some new content from you.
Yep.
We're gonna see some writing. Dude, that's the thing. Everyone all like geared up for 2021. But honestly, like, do y'all feel any different as the year has changed to
Different
20? I don't know. You know, usually like, I mean, I guess it's different because like we usually out and stuff like that, and I know everyone celebrates the new year, but I don't know. You know, people talk about New Year, New Me, or they got their resolutions. Like for y'all, just as whoever, people, creators, whatever. Like, does the new year actually feel any different, or is it just like
No expectations for the external part of the year, you know, but I have a lot of things that I want to work on personally, because I don't have an expectation for, okay, my life is going to get better in the political atmosphere and stuff like that, or like certain things will affect me better, but my life has changed because of 2020. So now it's I don't know, but at the same time, I see a lot of people, like, when you start seeing traffic again in LA, at least in LA, you're just like, okay, shit's kind of going back to normal. Yeah. But the only thing that sucks is that takeout sucks now. Yo, now takeout, they don't even have, like, old shit to eat at, you know? Because I went to Kickin' Cajun, dude, and I swear I got hustled, dude. I paid
That's
like,
how your little combo.
Dude, I thought I was gonna get the combo. They did not offer the combo because it's fucking it's a pandemic. Where are they gonna get the shrimp from?
So they was rationing the food.
Dude, okay.
They didn't want to give customers the food they wanted.
Nah. Because I swear I got hustled because I felt like Kickin' Cajun used to be by the pound. You know?
Yeah.
But then when I get the shit, it looks like they mixed the potatoes and the corn with the pound of shrimp. And I was like, yo, this shit look mad skimp. And and then I took it back.
He said, yo, 2021 crazy, yo.
Like, off topic, he just need to get something off his chest real quick. Like, this been bothering me all week.
Right,
Yo, that shit pissed me off. Yo, I'm so lame. I went back to the person. I was like, yo, is this normal? And then I was like, could I speak to the manager? I was a Karen. Fuck you.
Yeah. It feels powerful, huh? They have that ability.
Oh, nah, I'd never want to be a white woman again. But no, I'm just kidding.
It is weird when you have to be that guy, like you at the restaurant when someone's not going right and you got to be the one check. Because I don't like to be the one having an issue with the waiter. Like, I'm trying to just be good. Like, I'm the last person being there, like, in an argument with the worker.
I'll do that shit to McDonald's. Fuck McDonald's.
In the drive-thru, huh?
In the
you be getting that drive-thru tough? That drive-thru
like,
toughness?
Yo, get out of here. Because we zoom in, right? After disrespect, we zoom in.
I'm dead. I can't like. I think Young Mel ain't in here. I can't. I caught an attitude with the drive-thru workers before, but they was on some bullshit. I can't lie. Yeah. I can't. But at one point I had man, how did we get on this from fucking 2021? Anyways, man, does the year feel different to you, Kai? Like, does it feel different to you, Dale?
No, I think we talked about it last episode, but like I think 2020 was like a big grow year.
No, not like the difference, but does it feel like any? Because honestly, for me personally, like it just like. I don't know, like everyone's talking about 2021, and I know we have the new president in, the inauguration just happened, and like so things are obviously different, but I don't know, bro. Like everyone's like, oh, 2021 gear up, which I feel like I'm the same way. Like we geared up, but like it's just not really the year that's changing anything. It was more the plan. Like 2021, I'm dropping January, and I'm gonna keep going the rest of the year. But like I'm just not I don't know. I feel no connection to the year. Like it's not like I'm in school writing the date on my paper anymore. So really, it's like
that. Yeah, that's true.
That's why I'm saying.
And
like,
I think the days like blend together now. Like it's such a because we're just all at home. So now it's kind of like time. Like what year? I got another year to kind of just sit here. Okay, like it's gonna be cool. Like I'm gonna just sit here for another year. Like and be straight with it. So time wise, like yeah, it's going.
That's why for me, it just feels exactly the same. Like this. Some people are super fired up. I kind of wish I had that energy of like, not that I'm not, but in terms of like, just they were so thrilled with like, oh my god, new year. Oh, we're out with 2020, out with the old, in with the new. But
like, what were y'all expecting?
For me, yeah, it's a new. Not to be like a negative, like a downer, but yeah, it's just like I mean, it's the new year. I mean, the same things of 2020 are kind of still here.
Well, like, I think what 2020 was though was just like it was so like traumatic. For so many people, and it's like. On so many different levels to where like just the fact of getting out of 2020 for them is like a celebration or like just like I can't wait to move on to something new and hopefully like nothing could be as bad as 2020 so that's their excitement.
For me it's like the difference between 2020 and 2021 is that 2020 like we all had big hopes for 2020 obviously when it started and like the pandemic came and nobody anticipated that it would last this long. So for me it's more like 2021 is like okay, now I know this is the new world we live in. I'm ready. I'm more prepared to deal with it and handle it. I know what to do. Because, like, I know when the pandemic started around March and I was in college at the time, when I got that notification that classes was canceled for 2 weeks, I was like, dope. I'm loving this. Like, now 10 months later, it was like, wow, I'm still in this situation. Like, I did not anticipate me being stuck in the house for a whole year. But now it's 2021. Like, okay, the pandemic's going to be around for at least a few more months. Like, I know what I need to do to operate in this situation. So I feel that's what a lot of people are more excited about 2021. It's like, okay, this was rough, but now I know what to do and I can tackle it better.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel it. Hopefully I get that little spirit in me.
For sure.
No, he said for sure. No, but I forgot. I forgot the next.
Well, that's all right, bro, because you know time doesn't exist. No, I'm playing.
Oh no! I was saying, don't let me forget. Don't let me forget. Hold
Tell
on.
that to my
It's gonna
credit
come
card
back, it's gonna
statement,
come
bro.
back.
Next month be coming up fast.
That's a good one. I like that. I like that.
I found. I figured out what I was gonna say. He was talking about the COVID shit, just being at home. Do you feel like y'all would have graduated high school if y'all was doing all the shit on computers? Because I'm not sure I would have.
I feel like it's
Like
easier.
not on time.
I feel like it's
Oh,
easier
okay,
now
like,
for
Because
Sure.
like think
Went
about
back
all the
and-
kids that was bullshitting in class, like did not give a fuck. Are you out of class? You just doing your own thing. You not focused. But like, depending on what school you went to, at least the teacher's coming over. Like, are you doing your work? Did you do your homework? Like, so I mean, I know it's still happening online, but like, dog, I don't know. I feel like them kids that was never in class in school, like, I'll literally all I gotta do is turn on my webcam and just like sit here on my phone. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I would have been pretty bad in school. I can't, like, worse than I was already. And I wasn't
And
that
especially if my mom wasn't like, because my mom was very active in like my education, like going to school, like you gotta go to school. So like if I'm just in my room and she's at work, she's not watching me at school. So I'm like, yeah, homework's good. We just got online shit. But yeah, no, you're definitely gonna slack off if you don't have that physical interaction with I personally think like it's very important. Like let's say we're physically here versus through a fucking laptop screen, and it's I think there's so many distractions now, especially with laptops and phones and video games. Like niggas getting addicted to Fortnite at like 7. Like what type of shit is that? You know what I mean?
Kids
Like
is gonna have issues, bro.
That's
I feel
so
like,
different than
Right.
like the 90s
Like,
or
it's-
the 80s.
It's so crazy because I have a little nephew. He's like 2 or 3 years old, and this dude knows how to operate a smartphone perfectly.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is wild. Like, there's grown folks who don't know how to use this phone. This kid can barely speak, be answering FaceTime calls, calling back and stuff like that, unlocking phones, going to YouTube on his own and stuff like that. Like, it just shows that, like, the world we live in is constantly changing, too.
bro, like imagine the kids who get high as fuck before class. You're gonna be high as fuck on
On
that
a laptop.
bro. Yes. What's the teacher gonna say? Your
Yeah.
eyes look red. Your eyes. I'm just sorry. I was just thinking
Now
about
I'm
it.
jealous
Like,
of
who-
them kids now.
Oh yeah, but like, dude, I feel like I have no numbers to back this claim, but I would hope that like the graduation rate didn't drop because of COVID or isn't going to drop because of COVID, because like kids already drop out of school early, like just in general. That's a huge thing.
I
And-
think it's way easier to cheat.
Yeah, the quality
know-
of education is going to be a lot worse.
Yeah, so that's why. But it's like people are gonna be cheating, or people are just gonna be bullshitting. But like, there's gonna be a lot of both of those things, and then there's gonna be the kids that actually try and shit. But I wasn't one of them. Like, I wasn't gonna be sitting there like really locked in on my especially on my Zoom classes while I'm in my bed. Like, I don't know.
With my headspace in high school, fuck no. I don't think I would do good. But honestly, if we had to all go to Zoom, that meant I would have had a laptop in high school. Shit.
I'm dead.
All right, but look, here's where we're at though, right?
Yeah.
We're at the point now where we're calling things essential workers. Like, what does an essential worker truly mean, right? And of course, you can define it and tell me what they say, right? But now that everybody has been displaced, it's going to be hard for us to ever get back to any idea of what we consider to be normal. So now everybody's making money, right? Like, honestly, our stock, whatever, NASDAQ should not be as high as it is. Like,
I'll take
money
it,
right now
though.
is going crazy. Like, what they did with quantitative easing, like when Donald Trump was in office and just even before that.
What is quantitative
crazy.
easing?
Hey, but could you also not say Donald Trump and instead refer to him as my president in your case? I wanna-
He was, by 10 o'clock this morning, he wasn't our president no more.
Oh, sorry, your former president.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, why don't you do your little stick again?
Hey, you're wearing red because you're Republican. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Republican to the day I fucking die.
There we go. There it is. There it is. We'll get another
Yes,
little
sir.
bleep out.
We're good.
You want another bleep? No. But no, so quantitative easing is like, all right, you're just pretty much just printing money. Like, I was about to give like a story, make it all elaborate, but it's pretty much you're just printing money. But the thing is like, we're in debt. Like, we're already in so much debt, and we're in so much debt to China, and China is buying up all our land, and we're just really actually fucked. And you stop everybody from working, right? But then at the same time, you're gonna give them money. You're gonna, like, the stock price is gonna be crazy. Everything's gonna be inflated. Giving them the money, we crash everything, right? They said they had 56 new billionaires in 2020 alone. Yeah. So now the ultra rich is ultra rich, and there is no middle class. Like, I think we're at the place now where you're either ultra rich or you're just not even in the boat. Like, there is no, like, 200 million now is kind of like It's still it's rich, like yeah, it's rich, but it's like it's different than what it was a few years ago. And so in a few years, when all this shit crashes, even like really really crashes, and inflation just kicks, money's gonna be worth shit. So now it's like you're all, because look, now where everybody's at is everybody's a content creator, which is great and amazing for everybody's doing what they want to do, but that's kind of like fairy tale living in your dreams type shit in a way, if you don't push for it a certain way. So now you have a whole generation of like everybody following their dreams that believe that they can just do whatever they want to through this fake reality of phones and internet and shit. And you might have money, but it's not worth shit, and you're never gonna get anywhere. Because once they finally switch over to universal basic income, like you're just gonna be like down there, up here type shit. And it's like go be happy, buy cars, go live, eat food, go live your little hamster lives, but you're never gonna touch here, like ever. Like it won't ever get that high.
That's crazy.
Do you think
Eden dropping January 21st? Y'all stay tuned, man. Shit.
Yeah, no.
he talking this shit in
See, like I'd rather talk about shit like that than like fucking Eden. That's why like the art is like I'd rather just let the art stand for the art. But like I've always been told, like, and y'all tell me like you always have so much to say. People like you have so many ideas. Like I don't want to. I'm at the point now in my, I guess like I would say spiritual journey where like I want to eliminate I. Like I don't want to say I anymore. So like to even say my ideas or claim any of that shit, like I'm kind of what the fuck is
I was laughing because this nigga was kicking his feet out, and so I start looking at all the cans. I know that's why. But he saw me look one can. Like what the fuck is he doing?
I smirked into the fucking mic.
Yeah, but
My bad. Go on, bro.
Like I want to eliminate I, but like not even have the ideas, but just kind of just say whatever is behind witnessing what I'm witnessing. But I want to eliminate that just speak truth. Like just speak truth as best you can and learn and grow through it, and that will put you automatically in a different space. And it's not in a different space to say I'm different from anybody else, but just in a different space for me to where it's like I that's where I want to be at, where I'm just speaking truth, like on some monk shit. Like I really think like I want to be like just becoming that and just being already what it is. And like, you know, I don't know,
I find myself like in between. My bad. So
Go ahead.
No, I kind of find myself, or not in between, because I feel like as like when you're creating shit and you want to be like real, like you know me, like I'm not. You never heard me put out no shit like I'm like fucking gang member, like I'm killing niggas every day, like so it's like you want to be like authentic, but it's almost sometimes like Dale talked about it, like how a lot of times it's vibes. So if someone, say a producer's already created like a beautiful piece, it's like I'm feeding off that vibe and making a song with that same vibe. But at the same time, I used to worry about like how does this come off? Like in this song, how am I being looked at? How am I, portraying myself? But now my mindset's a little different because I look at it so differently. Just maybe it is a 2020 thing of just kind of locking in and creating and looking at everything as like art and just looking at it differently. But I kind of find what was I saying? No. Okay. No. Okay.
Yeah, it happens, bro.
No. I got you. Back.
So you need to finesse. You need to master your bullshit abilities. You got to keep on going,
I
saying
wasn't.
random shit.
I wasn't, because I was on a page.
Yeah.
Then
The
one of
page
y'all
flipped.
fucked me up.
The page turned.
No. Okay, so
I looked away and then I came back to you, yo. That it was just so funny.
anyways, man, because I figured it out now. I remember what I was gonna say. I find myself in between of like you're always focused on how you're perceived and like am I getting across my truest self, and like I have so many different songs created, but then it's like where my headspace is at a lot of times when it comes to even like cultural things or what's going on in the world. And like even during like the George Floyd stuff, for example, like I'm like, man, I don't know what a conscious song is going to do right now. Like me trying to conjure up some shit, and a lot of them shit sounded hella corny. Like they was doing them freestyles in the mirror with the fucking come on, like
Hella force too.
I just exactly. I want to be on that. Like at the time when stuff is really going on and people's lives really being affected, I know music is obviously a great muse, but like for me personally, like it wasn't where my creativity took me. But then that's why podcast, man. That's honestly that's what I like about. I talked about it a little earlier. That's what I like about it is I can continue to put out pieces of art and still stay true to myself in those pieces of art. But the idea of like, man, how am I portraying? The only people that really matters to you in my eyes are the same people that are going to be tapping into the podcast, the same people that are going to see every access of all of us, of what we think, what we say. And then there's also our art, and that'll give them a vibe. Sometimes you might be very specific on certain things in your art, or you might be like what Dave was talking about, you presenting them with a vibe. See, hey, I told y'all I had something I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Pussies.
Yeah, you found that train of thought. You found that.
Look, there's a lot of lights in here, man. I was getting nervous. No,
No, honestly, I feel like you were going in, and I was just like, oh damn, he going in. Then you're like, what was I saying again? I was just like,
y'all thought it was a dramatic pause, huh?
I was like, yo, he about to go in.
Last
right
time
now.
I smoked before the pod, okay? Smoking is canceled.
I think it's good smoking like halfway through the pod.
Take an intermission to smoke break
Intermission
during
to
the
smoke
pod.
break.
Good. It felt.
Well,
Then
like-
I started flowing. I was just like, oh shit.
Do you
There's
feel like you've
cameras
been
on?
flowing?
I don't know.
Yeah, bro, we getting the
You
flow.
think Sakib's been? No, I'm just. on cam, they
If
just
anything,
start
I've been
calling him
flowing a
out.
little too much, you know.
Nah. You great. You great. And I'm really proud of you.
Thank you, man. That means so much.
Is this
Edit that out.
No.
Oh, this
We
is
will
like
pick
an
back
endpoint?
up. No. It can't be the
Mad love,
endpoint.
mad love.
We have too much that has gone undiscussed. We haven't talking about that massacre that happened tonight. Cavs Nets.
No. What happened?
Huh? The Nets lost to the Cavs.
Yeah, it's the first time.
Let's just dive into sports. Let's
Yeah.
dive into sports.
All right,
Come on,
sports
come on,
report
D.
time.
Yeah, let us go.
So as y'all
Sports block.
know, James Harden got traded to the Brooklyn Nets last week, and this is the first time that him, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving stood up together, the newest super team in
Kyrie's
the NBA.
back.
Yeah, so they played the mighty Cleveland Cavaliers with one of the worst offenses in the NBA. And they lost in double overtime, allowing 147 points to the Cavs. We all know like the Nets defense was the big question mark after the trade. So how do you guys feel about the team?
About the Nets? Oh, yo, one of y'all could kick this off, but I got a lot of praise for the Nets. I do. Oh no, not tonight off that bullshit. But I am very much looking forward to seeing them hoop. What do y'all think?
Well, this is the first game that Kyrie's back, right?
Yeah.
And the prior two games they won. It was just KD and Jay Hard.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna point at Kyrie because Colin Sexton did go off, and that
Well, who was guarding Colin?
Ah.
Maybe it was Kyrie then.
Man, he
I
was
don't
getting
know.
everybody buckets.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Kevin
what I
Durant, he
heard.
won his buckets.
Yeah, he did take one of
Buckets.
his buckets, like in the clutch. He was,
Yeah.
It was like
Shout out to Colin Sexton though. You were hooping, bro. For
Y'all
real.
think,
That was good, that
y'all
was
think I
good.
would have been able to clamp Colin Sexton though in like the third?
I think you'd be able to sext him.
Hey, Young Rich, you think I would have been able to clamp?
Hey,
you think
yo.
I would have been able to clamp Colin Sexton? Cause I be sliding my feet
Pause
hella quick
that.
and shit. Yeah. What, me?
Oh, him.
Oh, him. Oh, okay. I was about to say I said clamp him.
But like for me, I'm not gonna blame Kyrie Irving because we all know the Nets are gonna be dynamite on offense.
Yeah.
It's just a question of their defense and stuff like that, you know. And like I like when I'm seeing from them on offense. I like how they're have James Harden run the point. 'Cause I feel like he's the best facilitator on the team. Kevin Durant, he's so talented that he get his 30 points off limited touches. So he could play off Kyrie and Harden and he still get his 30 points regardless. And Kyrie, like he's always been best as a secondary ball handler / like scorer who doesn't really have to do with facilitating. So their offense, I really like what Steve Nash is doing with the offense. But that defense, man, like I don't know who they're gonna guard with that terrible defense. There's not one like really good defender on that
Does
team.
Joe Harris play? Does he be playing defense? Because I
The
feel like
white guy.
Joe
I mean-
Harris does he?
I mean,
Because he's the only one that looks like he's moving on fucking defense sometimes.
But that's
yeah,
just 'cause-
he's solid. He does his thing, but like
Some
if he's your
white
best
on that-
defender, you're fucked.
Some
honestly.
white unathletic guys, they be looking like they working their ass off, but
Joe Ingles, shout out to Joe Ingles.
Joe
Hey,
Ingles
Joe
is,
Ingles is a
he
baller.
needs to be like running around crazy to try to be effective, but I don't know if he's the best defender.
So who got coming out the East?
Who I got coming?
I really
The
like
Nets, bro. I'm
Celtics, dude.
okay. Aside from obviously, y'all know I'm a diehard Lakers guy. So this year, I would really hope that they don't figure it out. But past that, man, I'm not knocking them. Like KD's amazing, James Harden's amazing, Kyrie's amazing. They're all amazing to watch. And it's like I kind of like it. Like they had the like
Keep
the
going.
older cats will talk about like the Pistons.
Yeah.
The older cats will talk about like the Pistons and stuff like that. It's kind of like we got the Nets of this year, just in terms of like where all the players are so talked about and also like really hated on. It's kind of funny though. This is like the first year where like KD is like him having them on his team has made him like he's not getting any type of criticism. Like everyone's literally like, well, KD he'll get you 30 sleepwalking. You don't have to worry about KD. Like it's like he's getting so much praise. He must be loving it. And he looked like he in good spirits, like because he not under fire, bro. Like it's like an afterthought of his praise. People just, well, we already know KD's gonna be good. He'll get you 40 off the bench, like, well, not off the bench, but 40 sleepwalking. Like
Everybody knows it, so I think KD knows it too. Like everybody knows that
You
he
can't
knows
play
he
with
could go
KD.
out there and drop 60 when he wants to. So.
Yeah.
It's just like
It's really up to Harden and Kyrie, honestly. Like, we all know what Kevin's gonna give us, but Harden and Kyrie, like, they gotta play on both ends, and they gotta like share the ball, and they gotta elevate their games, because Harden has a reputation of not showing the playoffs, and Kyrie without LeBron, he has like no success. So like, I feel like they have the most to prove, and because we all know what Kevin Durant's gonna give them, but Kyrie and like James Harden have to make a statement if the Nets want to reach their goals.
I think the Lakers still gonna win.
Oh yeah, facts.
Lakers
you
are
know.
gonna three-peat. And LeBron's gonna finish 6-6.
Yep.
How do you feel about if say we win this year and they start stopping up bronze rings going forward?
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about it?
What do you mean stopping up bronze rings?
Like they start winning rings after this, assuming like we handle this year, they can't figure it out and all that. How we feel about like how would you feel about basically Bron losing out on the chance? Let's say he gets a 6th.
Yeah.
How do we feel about him not being able to get any more rings? Assuming that they become like imagine they just win 3 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron
in a
has
row.
5 now?
He has
Yeah.
4.
Oh, I'm tripping.
He has 4.
Yeah, but Torrey said like they're gonna
Okay,
three-peat.
so next year is when
Yeah.
he ties Kobe.
Bron only got 4.
Yeah.
Wait, are you sure?
No,
Yeah,
you're
he
right.
has
You're right.
2 in Miami, 1 in Cleveland, 1 in
that
LA.
Makes sense.
Imagine going to Miami and only getting 2. Imagine
Hey, we
it-
still love Bron.
Imagine
He
it's
in LA.
2011. Imagine it's 2011. You playing Dallas.
Them zone defenses are tough, man. Damn.
Imagine their best player is white.
Hey, what's wrong with this?
Hey,
all right, all right,
he was
hey,
hooping.
hey,
He
all
was
right,
hooping.
all right, all right.
In their
He ain't
defense,
white.
One too
Dirk-
far. One too far.
Dirk beat the Kobe Bryant
I
Lakers.
know, that's why.
He
yeah.
beat the KD, Russ, and Harden Thunder, and he beat the Big Three Heat. Shout out to
Is
Dirk.
Dirk the Eminem of basketball?
So Dale control, but I can't. Okay,
Damn
okay,
near.
fine. All right. No, but that's the only thing because I know I was clowning, but that's kind of one of the reasons that I never feel too bad about our loss in 2011 to Dallas. I know we got swept and all that, but I just be like, fam, look at all the teams they beat after us. Like they won the championship. But if we talking as my former LeBron hater self, nah. You lost to Dallas, fam.
Nah, he did. Like, he folded.
He choked. That was his choke moment.
He folded, and like, he redeemed himself.
That kind of reminds me of that shit you were saying about James Harden earlier.
Oh yeah, like James
that
Harden.
bullshit.
He has some really bad playoff moments. I personally think that his reputation of being a playoff choker is kind of overstated. But he does have moments where like he could have like a real all-time great LeBron type, Kobe type would have taken over this game and willed the team to victory.
Dwayne Wade would have taken over the game.
Yeah, and then there's times when like, okay, James Harden, here's your time to show that you're that dude. You're in that level. People comparing you to Kobe and Wade, and like he doesn't like play awful in those games, but like he doesn't like take over the game.
You said he was better than Dwayne Wade.
No, hold up. I said if he got a championship, I'm gonna put him over Wade. But since Wade got that 06 run, I can't put James Harden over him.
But do you think that sometimes when we'll put this pressure on the player to overcome in the playoffs, for example, if Jay Hard is like, they already know what he's gonna do. He's gonna dribble, so they're double teaming him, and if he's passing the ball, does that make him less great? Because the defensive like adjustment for the opposing team is forcing him to dish the ball out.
He
Does
was
that
shooting
make him less
He
great?
should have passed it when he was shooting 6 for 22.
That's what I'm saying.
I
He
guess
was shooting
that-
terribly.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
shooting terribly.
But besides James Harden, but like other players, does that make them less great in a sense? 'Cause I
Like-
think that's a valid question to ask because we do question. We don't. Sometimes we're just like, oh, he just didn't perform in the playoffs. Yeah, he didn't do this. He got locked up. Like Giannis got locked the fuck up.
Yeah.
last season.
His inability
last
to
playoff.
create his own shot really
Yeah.
like hurts him in the playoffs a lot.
Yeah.
It's true. That's a good point you make. 'Cause a lot of people was like, oh, like this player choked. Like with LeBron in 2011, they're like he choked. Like that was part of it. But it's because the Mavs built a zone defense and LeBron just couldn't attack the zone defense. So
Yeah.
it's more the fact like they schemed a way to stop LeBron because he had a huge flaw in his game. Then he choked. Another like Steph Curry in 2016, like he
straight
choked.
Come on now, you cannot convince me that any team in the league when Bron as great as he is, some people put him as the GOAT. There is no way any team was devising a zone that was like, yep, this is the LeBron stopper.
I mean, like
no, he choked.
His
fam. He
inability
straight choked.
to post up, and the fact that the zone like really limited him got to his head. At a certain
Media
point.
got to him. He said
It got after a while. It got to him. Then it was in his head mentally. And same thing with Steph Curry in 2016. Like a lot of people call it a choke. Like that's part of it, but it's also the fact that like the Cavs built a physical defense to really like
stop a really injured Steph Curry. Like, it's more than just the fact that these players like can't like deliver. Is that like they have flaws in their games, and these coaches are able to exploit it, which causes them to choke. Like Giannis, Steph, LeBron, they all have those type of problems.
I feel like. Oh my bad. What you
I
saying?
think when you talk about greatness, though, like back to that conversation,
Yeah.
like the greats have that X factor to where it's like they get it done when they're supposed to get it done.
Yeah.
And so it's like that's where I think we compare people where it's like, oh, okay, we just don't see that in you. But like, are they still great? Like, yeah, James Harden is still a great, amazing player, like generational player. But because of those moments and because of like we just don't see that X factor and actually come out, and on that scale, I can't call him great. Like I can't say he's great just because like if you really want to talk about greatness, like you're gonna get that chip. Like you're gonna get it done when you need to get it done. If you need 40, you need 40. You need 50, you need 50. Like that's why I'll put like Kobe over LeBron as like a player because I just like his mindset more. Like honestly, and
But-
I think that go get it factor, just like I'll much rather have that.
And do you guys think that the time when Kobe was playing and he was overcoming all these, like, obviously playoff defense is a whole nother defense, and they were throwing all these different things at Kobe. At the same time, they're throwing the same shit. Do you think it's different from what they're throwing at LeBron or Steph or like
No,
Giannis?
Well, that's why I was saying like with the LeBron stuff. That's why there's no way like I know Mark Cuban will say they played a certain type of scheme, but he'll tell you like the media got to him. You could tell it got in his head. But I think there's a difference between a choke and then I guess a difference in ability. Like Giannis, I don't think Giannis choked. I think he just has
just can't
certain
win.
holes in his game. He's amazing during the regular season when the floor is spaced, but then during the playoffs when you're in a half court set, especially during crunch time, he has trouble shooting free throws, especially lately. But he has no post up game. He doesn't have a reliable mid range game, so it's gonna be hard to get them looks if they're just gonna keep walling up against you. So like that,
Exactly.
like we know Giannis, he's gonna die to get it. Like he's killing it to try to win the game, but at the same time,
It's
it's
the
like
ability.
it's an ability type thing for him. But like
Yeah.
the Harden shit, it's like there are certain there have
You
been
just look
certain
lazy
games where
sometimes. Like you don't want it.
there have been certain games where it did seem like he kind of choked. Like even the game, what game was that? Game 6 where they had no Chris Paul. I understand that the deck was stacked against him against the Warriors, and I understand like he's probably gonna lose. But there's a difference between losing and putting up the stats that he put up. Like if you give me 30 and y'all lose, all right, well you fought it out. You put up them stats, I'm looking at it a little differently. I feel like that's fair to say. Like yeah, it's a little choke, but you can always rewrite the past in sports. That's a cool thing. It's like Magic, his first year, they called him Magic Bronson because he did that bullshit, like dribbled out the shot clock in a playoff game. And that's a headline for so long. Even the PG shit, it's gonna be a headline for a minute. But
Nah,
if
PG just trashed.
But if yeah, you hate PG. But
Even
if PG,
I mean,
Weber
do I hate
with the
PG
Fabulous
or do I
Five.
keep it real about PG?
but if PG came back and did his shit in the playoffs,
Won't happen.
made big shot. You know what I'm saying? But if he did, and somehow him and Kawhi figured out one rings, which they won't because they're on the Clippers. But if they were able to figure that out, then it's like it kind of rewrites itself. Same thing with LeBron's choke.
Yeah.
As much as I could harp on LeBron's choke, it's what he did after that, his progression from that, and then the rings will tell it all, man. When you're not even just there's some greats that don't have rings, but you can always rewrite the past with future performances, and I feel like it's all about eye test too.
Yeah, like LeBron, like you're saying about LeBron, like he had one of the most documented and like infamous like choke jobs and failures in NBA history.
Big choke.
And then like ever since then, like I don't think LeBron has ever had a bad playoff series since that moment. Like he's
Yeah.
always been showing up, and like that's the thing. Like there's a reputation like LeBron's not clutch, he can't get it done. And now, if you ask me if like I have a big game on the line, who do I want on my team? Like there's nobody taking over LeBron James. And I feel like James Harden, like on the Nets, he has a chance to rewrite his history. Like
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, like when he choked that lead against the Warriors, and he joined the Warriors, and he has like one of the best like finals performances of all time, back to back. Like nobody sees Durant as that choker. They see him as a
I was
champion.
hurt by that choke, yo.
Oh.
Because I was rooting for OKC.
Me
Because the
too,
Lakers
bro.
wasn't doing shit.
Yeah, that's my
and it's
secondary team.
understandable. That's my squad. Lakers will always be my squad.
Yep.
But I got love for KD. A lot of love. Even if he did that bullshit going to the Warriors. But when he was with the OKC Thunder, it was just like, you were right there, man.
Yeah, like-
you were right there. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, like
Nerd.
that hurt too, cause like I'm a huge Westbrook fan, so like and what the Lakers are really garbage.
Fuck Westbrook.
So I mean he's washed now, but like back then he was really good. So I was a huge Thunder fan, and like that really hurt. I was like, they were right there, and they choked real bad.
yeah.
And the fact that he went to the Warriors kind of bothered me, because like You could beat them. Like, why did you have to join them? Like, you could beat them. Like, you lost because you couldn't deliver.
I thought he would have went to the Celtics.
Me too.
I thought the Celtics would have been a great spot for him. Who was the Celtics point guard? Was it Isaiah or was it
Yeah.
somebody else at the time?
Either way, they could have found somebody else to play with KD. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah,
that
but if
was-
you got Warriors or the Celtics, like,
I mean,
I'm
like-
gonna go on the Warriors.
if you guys
Yeah,
were Kevin
yeah.
Durant, what would you have done in that year?
Probably do the same thing because I'm tired of playing with Russ, bro. I think that relationship with Russ, like, it was great, but I think KD realized he could not win a chip.
I
with
mean,
Russ.
but was Russ
Like,
the reason why he shot 10 for 30 in Game 6?
No, but Russ was
Russ
the
shot
reason.
more shots than him though. that
Yeah,
whole
Russ
series.
was the reason for
I know,
a lot of
but
those. Like, Russ
in all
was fucking
fairness,
up.
though, when they went up 3-1, Russell Westbrook was their best player. He was playing amazing basketball. Like, he choked. When they went 3-1, he played really bad the last 3 games. Like, as a Russ fan, I have to admit that. But Kevin Durant, he played bad those last 3 games, too. So, like, if
Okay.
you're Kevin Durant, like, can you really, like, blame Russell Westbrook when you couldn't deliver? That's like James Harden said, like, hey, yeah, I played bad, but look at Chris Paul. He played bad, too. Like, nah, bro. Like, it's your team. Like, you can't blame your teammates if you didn't deliver.
Yeah, you've been producing all year in a sense. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
Those are
that's
tough to gauge because I don't know. Westbrook, I'm just not. I think he's very talented. He can do things, and I thought he had a when he was with OKC and Steven Adams, no KD, and none of them, and he was putting up those numbers, fucking like out of this world. You can't even describe that, man. But I think it's gonna take some time for him to find a system that'll work for him. I don't even know what system would work for him.
I think he's kind of washed.
Oh wait, you talking about Russ?
Yeah, I think he's washed now. Like, as a huge Russ fan, I've been watching him closely for years. And, like, the 2 things that made him deadly was his athleticism and, like, the ability to shoot the mid-range jumper.
The mid range was
And, like,
fire.
now he can't shoot anymore, and his athleticism is not as strong. So, like, what has he got for you besides, like, pretty good playmaking ability? That's really all he got.
Do you think it changed the athleticism aspect of it because he had to go into, or not the athleticism, him getting the mid-range shot in OKC? That was his shit. He just go to the pick and roll with Steven Adams and then just pull up.
Yeah.
You know, but now that he's on a different team and there's more guards, do you think that changed anything for him?
No, he just can't shoot no more.
Yeah,
he
like,
actually just doesn't hit the mid-range?
he can't, like, I think his free throws got worse, too. He used to always be a good free
Really
throw
bad.
shooter. Like, now he just can't shoot. And I just don't understand how it's possible. Like, usually your shot's supposed to improve in your course of your career, but him is going reverse. Like, I think at this point, like, Russell Westbrook, like, he is just not, like, an elite player anymore. And, like, to me, like, I can't even give him those expectations anymore. Like, if he plays bad, I'm just like, hey, like, he's just not that dude anymore. I
I
don't know
think
what
he's
else to
gonna be
say.
the next TikTok star, dude.
He's gonna leave the
That's
NBA.
Damn
right.
right. Yo, that motherfucker
Retire and start
can
doing
dance.
TikTok?
He can dance. Maybe
Right.
that's why he was hitting some real hard moves, you know.
Him and Kyle
that
Kuzma should just
fucked
start a YouTube channel.
Add Tyler Hero to that,
Who
too.
got a
Yeah.
good YouTube channel during the bubble? That
I know what you're talking about.
the guy from Philly.
Matisse
Matisse.
Tibble. Yeah. You
Yeah,
watching?
Matisse Thybulle, yeah.
Yo,
That shit was
I don't
fire.
know if he did his own edits, but
He
damn,
did.
He did his own edit. That's
He's the man.
I like those.
Matisse
You see-
Tibble is he's the best. He's the best on the Sixers just for that.
Yeah,
That shit was
I
hard.
like those duo NBA players like Damian Lillard, for example. He raps and fucking plays basketball. I like those people that have that extra thing. You're not just a dud playing basketball.
While we brought up the Sixers real quick, I would just like to say that I think it's a huge mistake that the Sixers didn't trade Ben Simmons for James Harden.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, but they looking good though, aren't they?
I mean, like, their weakness is like their offense is not potent enough. It's just Embiid backpacking the team on offense.
Is
every
Tobias
game.
Harris still there?
Yeah, he's been having a good year, but like if Tobias Harris is like your second scorer, then like your
Who
team.
else is there?
That's it. Those are the only 2 scores.
It's just Ben Simmons, Tobias, and
They have
Joel
like
Embiid.
Shake Milton off the bench and like Steph
Don't
Curry.
they have Jeremiah Grant?
Nah, they don't.
They don't have Grant?
No, he's in Detroit.
Oh, he's starting to grow into his
Yeah.
like own player, you know.
To me, it's like the fact that these teams like Boston, Philly, and Miami let James Harden go to the Nets is pretty crazy because James Harden was available for 50 cents on the dollar. And those 3 teams, in my opinion, they can't win a championship. But they could have if they traded for Harden. But not only did they not get Harden for cheap, they let their Brooklyn Nets, their conference rival, improve and form a super team. And to me, like, that was a huge mistake to let that happen.
I didn't think that was gonna happen. I thought he was gonna go to Philly just because that one made the most sense. I was like, how is Brooklyn gonna pull off that trade?
Yeah.
But they let go of their fucking bench.
Everything.
They
everything
got
they
shit.
could. Like, whatever you want, you can have it. That's what Philly should have done. Because, like, if you're serious about winning championships, like, as much as I like Ben Simmons, like, he cannot be your second best player because
in a playoff series, like if you want to win a championship, you need 2 players who can take over a series. I just can't see Ben Simmons taking over a playoff series.
That jumper's wet though. It's getting there. It's getting there, man. Watch, he's pulling them now.
In the pregame warm-ups, yeah.
And then
Nah, he shot one the other night.
on the
In the game?
off-season YouTube
Yeah,
videos.
it turned out it ended up being a real nice assist to Dwight. He caught it right a little bit in front of the rim and tried to lay it
The
up. He
fact
got
that every
fouled,
single
actually.
three that he takes, he don't have to make it. If he takes it, it's a highlight.
It's just crazy that like the one shot you take, you just be airballing.
It's like
Like,
Kobe
damn.
dunking at the end of his career. It was such a big thing.
Bro,
It was.
like a
Oh, I
really
ain't
crazy-
got up there. And when he dropped that 60 points, though,
Oh, that was
like
that
that was
so
an
good.
emotional moment for me. Like I was like cheesing like a little kid. I was like, man, it's like the joy I felt was like, damn.
I watched that game back during quarantine. I was watching a bunch of random games. Yeah, I watched that. Yeah, that's tough.
It's
That was
crazy.
tough.
I remember the moment when I found out. Like we were at the bowling alley, and then we were just watching the game. We're like, "Oh my god, this much!" Like we literally
the
just
60.
yeah,
Yeah,
we literally
like-
just walked into the bowling alley, and we are just like, "What the fuck?" Like I think that's like a memory that won't go away.
Never, bro. Like I'm gonna tell my kids about that. Honestly, like Kobe
Yeah.
Bryant when he was
I'm
washed
like,
post
"Shut
injuries.
your ass up, Dad."
Like Steph Curry the third, better than Kobe Bryant. Never. Let me tell you about. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you
just like
something.
an old man would. Yeah. Tell you something, youngster. You sit down there right there and tell you something about Kobe Bryant. You talking about Steph Curry Jr. the third.
Sound like Kyrie Irving.
Tell you about this man Kobe Bean Mamba Bryant.
For real, you gotta let the kids know. Man. I mean, that's Kobe gonna be around forever, man. R.I.P. Kobe, man. Y'all getting me sad by even bringing this up, man.
Yeah,
Hey, man, are we gonna talk some football, man? I realize I always say let's go into sports. We
You
ain't
don't
getting
even like football.
Football?
Yeah,
you don't even like
but
football.
I
Who
did
watches
some-
football here?
me?
I watch football,
I
but
be
I
wa-
don't know about y'all.
Wait,
do.
I know that
don't act like I don't know football.
Kansas City
No, you
just
don't.
they beat. I forgot who they beat.
They beat,
but their quarterback got injured.
Mahomes, but
Mahomes
I think
fucked up his toe, and
he had a concussion too. I think he's playing. He practiced this week, so
do
he
you
should
think
be
they're
playing.
gonna? Do you think it's a good move for him to play?
I mean, it's the playoffs, bro.
I understand it's the playoffs, but who are they playing against?
They're playing against the Buffalo Bills.
What's their defense and offense like?
Their defense isn't playing better the second half of the year, but overall it's not that good. Their offense is pretty dynamic. They have Josh Allen, an All-Pro quarterback. They have Stephon Diggs, arguably the best wide receiver in the game. It's gonna be a shootout. They throw the ball a lot. They're really good with it. They can throw it deep. They can throw it short. But I feel like Mahomes, like he's smart enough to protect himself while injured.
But didn't he like? Obviously, when he was injured, it kind of changed the way he was playing.
Yeah,
You know, did he get sacked
yeah.
at the end? Like
yeah.
near the end? I'm
believe
literally
so.
saying this shit off of other people's words. So these are not my. I didn't watch the fucking game, but it's conversation.
Like his mobility was like worse, and he got hit and like knocked out of the game with a concussion. But I understand like it's a huge decision for him to like play, because when you're a football player, you risk your career every time you go out. But like it's the playoffs. I feel like he will never miss his game for anything, you know. As long as he's like physically able to play, he will play.
This is the semifinals?
This is the conference championship.
Conference.
So if they win
so
this
after
game,
is
they
finals.
go to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Oh shit! And who's on the opposing side?
It's Aaron Rodgers and the Packers versus Tom Brady and the Buccaneers.
You think Tom Brady could do it without
Hell
Bill
nah.
Belichick?
Hell
Why?
nah.
You think they're supposed to be together?
I mean, like-
I think Tom Brady is solidified as the GOAT because look, where's Bill Belichick?
I mean,
Where's he
Sitting
at?
his ass at
Sitting
home.
his ass at home watching Tom Brady.
in defense of Bill Belichick, half his players opted out because of COVID, and Tom Brady has a really stacked roster. But
Well-
Tom Brady is the GOAT. Like, you can't deny it. He has 6 Super Bowls, multiple MVPs. Like, that 2007 season was an all-time great. But I just feel like Aaron Rodgers and the Packers offense is too much to overcome. Like, they played my Rams, who had the #1 defense in the league, and they just fucked around with them. Like, they were making him squirt on the fucking football field, bro.
They was making them squirt.
They were just
There it
they were
is.
DJing the clip, bro, and it was like, fuck, lay a towel down before it gets too
God
messy.
damn.
So like,
It
yeah,
was like the get down.
yeah, bro.
And
It
man,
got canceled. Fuck.
all right, man, I think we nailed the football. So you like how,
Yeah.
hey, you like how I brought up the football and then
Yeah.
didn't say shit about no football. Hey, but recently, no, I did catch a game. I watched the little Bucks game, the Bucks versus the Saints. Yeah, I
wild.
saw a little showdown.
It's crazy.
I saw a little
Like
showdown.
the Saints, they're like the Paul George of NFL teams, bro. because they're known for going outside. And I was talking to my Saints friend. I was like, the Saints are gonna go outside this year. I promise you. And like they lost to a team they blew out twice in the regular season. Like that's going outside, bro. Drew
blew them out
Brees-
week one. Week one they blew them out. Yeah. Yeah.
You watched that game apparently, huh? Yeah.
To be honest, so I was supposed to watch. I was with my dad, and we were supposed to. He had the game like recorded, and we were supposed to watch the new game that was out. But then we ended up accidentally watching the week one game.
Y'all couldn't even tell the
Sat
difference.
through that whole shit. Well, the thing is, I'm not a football guy, but he was putting it on, so obviously I'm like, oh, cool. And we had food, so I watch it with people. I miss a lot of NBA games, let alone NFL games. But yeah, dog, we ended up watching an entire game. But he had already known that the Bucks won.
Yeah.
So at the end of the game, when the Bucks lost,
You were all
like,
confused.
Nah, well, he's like, there's like 30 seconds left, and he's sitting there hella confused, like, wait.
Did they score like 3 touchdowns? Like,
He's like, well, he's thinking like, how the fuck are the Bucks gonna come back and win the game? There's 30 seconds left, and they're down like 14. So he sat there confused for a cool ass minute, not saying nothing. I'm like, oh yeah, it says week one up there. It's like 2020
Yeah.
week one. So yeah, but then I was actually interested, so I watched the highlights of that game.
Yeah. Football's a pretty interesting
I was
sport.
capping earlier.
I like football because like it's a very strategic sport. It kind of reminds me of like warfare. Like you have great individual pieces, but like if you don't put them in the right positions or have the right scheme or the right strategy, like it means nothing. So I like the mental aspect of the game a lot.
In comparison to basketball, when like in basketball, of course you need a great coach, but at the same time, at the end of the day, it's like the
The
player
talent wins.
Yeah.
Talent wins.
You guys have
but
seen
in
the Nets?
football, it's chess in a sense.
Basically, like you can have the talent, but if you don't have the coach that utilizes that talent, like it's not going to work. Basketball, like if I have LeBron, AD, we're probably going to win the game.
Yeah, go
That's
out
how
there,
it
go out there
works.
and
That's how it's going to work. Like I
Yeah.
can coach the team. I'm like LeBron, do what you do. AD, block some shots. Do what you do. Like boom, we win the game.
Yeah.
But in football, you can have the most talented roster. Like if you're not scheming them correctly, it's not going to work. That's
Yeah.
If I had Braun, I'd just call him and be like, hey, big dog, what you seeing out there?
basically.
And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go tell the bench that. Yeah, so here's what Brown told me. And I'll call a
the
timeout.
Tyronn Lue special.
I'll call a timeout and say the exact same shit Brown just told me. You're gonna be looking at me like, what the fuck? Like, all right, break.
Basically, bro, he's a coach on the floor.
That shit makes sense, man. Anyone else got any inspired football takes? Big dog, our football player. You got any football takes, man?
Oh.
No, no football team.
Mr. Torrey over here, he was Tyreek Hill back in high school.
Yeah, he was a little nice.
definitely.
He was a little nice.
A
You lucky
little
I-
bit.
you
We
lucky
played
I
with,
wasn't on the
7
team.
was it 7 man or 8 man? I think it was 8 man.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta
It was
tell him
cool.
that though.
They don't
we
gotta
had
know. They don't
It was
got, hey,
8 man. It was something real small.
hey, the Cowboys starting linebacker, he played 8-man football in high school too. So
Because
it don't
Played-
matter.
he played at a trash ass high school.
I don't know. He played 8-man football. That was crazy. Laying Van Der Esch. So like, just because you play 8-man doesn't mean you're not playing real football. You know.
Oh no, our team was like we were like I don't know.
They don't need to know
D2
that.
or D3,
They don't need to know that.
Yeah, why you keep trying to shit on it, bro?
I'm just telling.
Hey, Eden dropping January 21st, man. We got some new shit on the way, man. First of all, is there anything else we got to get off? Anything else we feel like we didn't get to? Any topics? We didn't talk about the Conor McGregor fight, but I'm not that inspired to, unless y'all are. Conor
That's
McGregor's gonna
fine.
win. He already beat the guy once.
Let's talk about.
Hey, but Dustin Poirier, he's on a good run. Conor McGregor just won one fight.
He's gonna
And
run
he hasn't
out the
fought
cage.
in so long. Hopefully, I'm rooting for Conor, but Dustin Poirier, that motherfucker is definitely
animal.
improved from the last fight.
All right,
Because
so-
he's definitely the aggressor in the fight now, as opposed to when he did fight Conor McGregor.
You think you could take
I
Dustin
agree.
Poirier?
Oh, easy.
I agree.
No, I could for
I kick
sure.
him
That's
in
all
the
I
nuts.
was
We
asking,
gonna start
Kick him
boxing
in the
like
nuts.
we gonna do some MMA shit. It's like
I
some
agree.
boxing.
I don't know nothing about combat sports, so I'm just gonna agree with whatever Sakib says.
Nah.
I
I
agree.
like that.
I just watched Joe Rogan.
I agree.
Joe be giving it up, man. Go be he be doing his shit.
Mm.
So seriously, no one has any parting words, no type of no inspiration. Oh yeah, you got to be the inspiration guy this time.
I'm just gonna say something.
Sakib nailed it last time.
Drake delayed his album. Very disappointed, but good luck on your recovery. Hopefully it's good this time because Scorpion was not it. But I like your other
You didn't
projects.
fuck with Scorpion?
I like 3 songs. I have like 24.
You was bumping non.
I mean, it wasn't that Playboy
Nah.
Cardi, but I feel you.
I mean, Scorpion's not die-lit, but you know, like
Yeah, that's why I couldn't
like,
remember
some
the name.
tracks on it, you know.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate y'all for joining me today, for all of us coming together. Appreciate everyone behind the scenes. Appreciate it.
Yes,
It wasn't
thank
too
you,
bad
thank
chopping
you,
it up
thank
with
you,
y'all.
thank
I
you.
wasn't looking forward to 2 hours of this, but you know what, man? Like it just got better and better as we went, man. And
We appreciate the listeners too.
Of course.
Thank you for listening,
yeah,
tuning in.
That was my next thing. I appreciate the listeners, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate everyone who's been tapping in. Please share your thoughts and responses in the comments, not in my DMs. If you have anything to add, man, let's make it a conversation, man. Let's be in the comments, do your thing. Also, I should have announced it at the beginning. I'll do it at the beginning of the next one, but we'll start having a little segment where y'all can ask questions to any of us, whether it's DM or whatever. So if your DMs don't get responded to, just know that we're assuming that it's for the show if you're asking. So that'll be the new thing. So tap in, keep doing that. Just appreciate y'all watching us, man. Should I do the prayers to everybody? Should I go down the list?
Yeah.
Man, just prayers to
They
everyone.
need
Prayers
it.
to everyone who needs prayers. Prayers to everyone that got COVID or has a family member that got COVID. Prayers to everyone who go through tough times. Prayers to everyone who's low on money. Prayers to everyone who just fucked up all their bread on the stock market.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Fuck, you reminded me about.
Oh yeah. This nigga fucked up,
Bro,
Hey,
I-
at least he's praying for you. You
Yeah,
know?
prayers for Kai and the main takeaway of this pod is Eden is dropping January 21st, man.
Check it out.
Big things on the way, man. Appreciate y'all. We are out.
Ow.
Let's just keep eating.
sir.
You know.
Really good podcast.
Check out T Rizzy's latest single as well. You know.
Oh yeah, that too, man. Way back down in stores now. Eden in stores now.
Yes,
New
sir,
tweets
sir.
on the way.
Mm-hmm.
New comedy on the way.
TikToks
We
coming
got
soon.
it all.
Skits, TikToks, politics.
However you want it.
This is just the start of something great.
All right, man.
Thank you
Fucking
so
pod
much,
is over.
guys.
Pod is over.
Pause over.
Hey,
Pussy make me pause like a semicolon. Poker face, I play my cards right like Texas Hold'em. You by my side, I can't deny that my heart might be stolen. I need the backers like my papa, I'm a stone rolling. Temptation in your conversation, you a snake.